since I have this other since I have the jukebox up and running, even though it's not jukeboxing for some reason. Make sure that the stream is actually up. There you go.
Sorry, I almost died.
From what?
Sody pap down the wrong pipe.
Oh, that's not good. That ain't good. Oh. It's probably gonna play. We'll find out. We will find out. Okay. No, it's good. Oh, let me mute that. We don't want a duplicate going through. I can't hear. Can you hear the all speaking at all? Oh, you know what?
I think I've pretty much had him on like 2% volume since time immemorial.
That's fair.
Is he playing something at the moment?
He should be, but I don't actually think he is.
Nope, he's not. Excuse me. Apologies.
Let's see. Did restarting the audio stream do anything? I don't think so. No, he's currently at like 200% for me, and I don't hear nothing. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
This is correct. That's correct. I don't know. I'm going to restart him and then have him jump in later. As long as someone else is in the chat with me, it should be fine.
What I'm hearing is you're gonna put him under?
Yeah. We don't need him for now. You know what we do need, though? The chat, which I do not have open currently. Apologies, folks. This is a strange one. And a lot of the stuff I really wanted to show you today, I almost broke right before the stream. So I'm quite sweaty. But here we are. Let me open you up. I'm going to grab a bunch of other computers along the way and use them for chat because I won't be able to see. Here we are.
So I will say, other than family shenanigans, what have you been up to?
Had my group's 6-year D&D versary this weekend, and it was so good. So good.
Excellent. That's going to be kind of me this weekend. I have to schlep myself to the middle of the country in order to go to my homie's bachelor pad.
To play D&D for the weekend?
Not to play D&D. We're just the only rule I've been told so far is sobriety is not allowed.
I see.
Lots of fighting games, other shit.
Oh, I mean that's fun too, though.
But then I have to accompany our Lord to the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, you're not gonna. Well, I guess if they're in the middle of the country, there's no reason for them to come here for our Renaissance Fair.
Oh no, I'm going to theirs.
Yeah. There'd be no reason for them to come to ours.
So essentially, he doesn't know. We all commissioned cloaks with a coat of arms with his name on it. And we're literally just going to walk around in just like cloaked figures.
That's cute, though.
Yeah, he has no idea. And it's kind of funny. We've hidden this from him for like a month and a half now.
All right, folks. We're live on Twitch as well. I think it's okay. I'm going to see if I can get the jukebox running one more time. And if not, you know what? I don't care. It won't matter one way or the other. But
Ollie,
we'll see.
are you playing?
Am I what? In the who?
My son is playing with his fish.
Oh.
My stinky son, who's about to eat me out of house and home.
That hungry, huh?
No, because for lack of a better term, the doctor just straight up told us he's built different.
Okay. There we go. Jukebox is back.
Reason I say that, hey, reason I say that is because apparently his two back teeth are literally coming in wrong.
Ugh.
So he's essentially perpetually biting himself in the lip, giving him open sores, and that is why his breath is obnoxiously stinky.
That
Because he
doesn't sound
essentially
that
has,
good.
unstoppable gingivitis.
Uh,
So
yeah, I think this is the best
my
option.
son, who I lovingly call Stinky, has a very expensive surgery coming up later this month.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. The
Yeah.
Merchant. Oh, lords, he coming. We could use some more lights in this room. Sheesh.
Sheesh.
It is actually very bright for me, but apparently not for you guys. Let's see if I can give you some more background light. Boop. There we go. That's something. It ain't a lot, but it's something. Don't worry, I have many, many, many of these extra LED lights at this point. Boing. How's this for you? Ah, it helped it focus too. Sweet. Okay, give me 1 sec and I'll make this even better. And I forgot to open up. Hold on. I will definitely have YouTube chat open soon, y'all. I apologize. I did open up Twitch chat and then I forgot to open up YouTube chat. And that's on me. Do you have anything, Speedy, for show and tell today?
I unfortunately don't, as I was slacking.
Okay, that's fair. Listen, 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 listen. Sometimes you got other things to do. I
I
will
was too
also.
immersed in the lore.
Ooh, what kind of lore?
Star Wars Zero Company came out, and it's been absorbing my attention.
Ah, I would expect no less from you. I would expect no
Well, you
less.
know what? That's fair. Otherwise, I don't know if I told you, I've been in contact with the guy that made my wand back in the day.
Hmm.
Make a fully custom one.
Mm-hmm. I think you told
So
the stream
I'm
too.
still, I'm trying to decide what it will look like.
Hmm. Well, Themberchod, I don't want to shine it in everyone's eye sockets, so maybe I just switch. Boink. Hey, that's better. Hi. Because we have a multicam setup. This is also kind of a little bit of a test. I have a pretty good guess on how long I can run a camera setup. Generally speaking, I'm using the Elite Atlas Aero for chat from Turtle Beach, but I normally, when I run my games, use the OBS bot's microphone because the microphone never turns off. However, when you are using a third-party device in general, so if you're using the OBS bot and not its native like camera program to record, so if you just use OBS, which you would think is weird that they're OBS bot, but unrelated to one another. If you're using OBS to record or stream or what have you, or like I do, I use the virtual cam feature so that I can put multiple cameras in one when I'm running D&D. The actual issue I have with it is that if you can plug it directly into the computer or some other like USB hub, it is fine. But if you extend the cable with something, for some reason, about every 2.5 hours or so, whatever USB-C to A adapter you're using burns out, and you have to swap through them. So I thankfully have a huge pile of them, and they don't like completely burn out forever. They just die for a little bit. I just realized that it looks like Themberchod is talking, and I'm going to tell you now that that is not the case, because if Themberchaud were the one talking, I would only talk like this the entire time.
But what if you're speaking as his avatar? Did you ever think of that? No, you didn't.
That's true. Depends on the body, I guess. Hi, Awaz. You're late, but don't worry because I'm very late. Okay.
Wait, is Awaz a DM?
Awaz is in Twitch chat.
But is Awaz a DM?
I don't think so. Awaz, have you ever run a game?
Are you saying Awaz doesn't count for bingo?
Ooh. Oh, I should have brought my... I didn't think of grabbing that.
Don't you have it right next to you?
No, I'm in my dining room so that we could show off all these dwagons. Because Awaz showed off all her dwagons and her Kirans and what have you. And I was like, you know what? I do have something I can do in show and tell. And that's show off all my dwagons. Obviously, this is a pop version of Themberchaud, but like... you could still technically use him if you wanted to, because remember, Gargantuan is just 4x4 or bigger. It just keeps going, baby. Right? Did I do that right? Large, 2x2. Yeah, huge. 3x3. Yeah, Gargantuan 4x4 or bigger. Yeah. Got it. Got it. I could set up another light or something, but this is a... I will say, Awaz, that this is a good test of all the cameras running. Like I said, I know now for sure, for some reason, it's the USB-C to A adapters that I use to extend. Oh, you guys are going to see what happens now when I walk around the room during the stream, because that is what happens every stream, where I just walk around the room once we get on a good topic. So apologies, but it's these USB-C to A adapters.
Do you also have the thinking pacing?
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I'm just walking around, and multicam and all that jazz is nice. Yes. So at one of these days, we're gonna. It might not be on camera, but we do want to coax you into running a game at some point, because we think it would be fun as hell. And then I think a spot will open up for you once you run a game. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink. Very subtle there, man.
The thing I was going to tell you that was terrifying is that 5 minutes before I sat down to start the stream up, I was carrying all the stuff down here. So here, I'll do this and show off. Except it's not really showing off. Whatever. Here, boom. Let me zoom out real quick. So, about 5 minutes before the stream started, as I was carrying all these dragons downstairs, that box that's currently open that has a million cards out all over it, wrong way. Sorry, my bad. It fell, and it has some really big, intricate dragons in it. And I heard a crash, and I went, no. And then my family called me, and I about had a panic attack. Yep. No, please, no. Please, no.
You were just like, hing.
So but we're good. All the dragons are good. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here, folks. I mean, there's plenty to see here. Let me switch back over to this camera. We do have the 4-camera setup. I think is fine. I could technically get a 5th camera in here, but I don't know. I feel like if I do get the 5th camera in here, then the people who are playing the games are gonna get annoyed. Like there's too much camera. There's just cameras everywhere. But everything is set up, and that what you can see behind Themberchaud and to his right currently, that camera is my newest camcorder. It looks like a camera, and it's really good, and it makes me happy. It's not in a good spot currently to show off Themberchaud, but like I need a light behind it, which, you know what? We can do that. I have plenty of extra lights, baby. Let's fix you up.
Can't you show me Thunder Chode?
Also, I probably
I
should have.
feel robbed. I feel robbed of your brilliance.
I'm about to show you the brilliance of my light. I also realized today that
But
I have a lot
good,
of
you have been the
dice.
one to fill my dark soul with light.
Oh, I would love to be the one to fill
Anyone
someone's.
goaded to understand that reference, I would be very happy.
I hope so. I hope someone understands your references. Is
It's
that?
one of the what's the quote I want to say?
Wow. No, that's not good. There we go.
It's very cringeworthy.
So, how does this look? Does this look better? It's Big Chungus.
If you truly ever want a good laugh, anyone who plays good video games, play the original
Uh-oh, what's happening here?
Devil May Cry, and you just hear the voice crack in I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light. Cracks me up every goddamn time.
There we go. That's him. I think that's a little better. It's a really good camera. It is. It is a really good camera. It's just
Where did you get this camera?
this one is one of the ones that I got on Amazon, like one of them weird like little no-name brand dudes. But I was like,
Alright.
I need I need a decent one. I need to be able to have autofocus because usually this is something that I've learned because I have about 7 of these camcorders that I've bought because when I grew up, I'm old enough to be like a camcorder is made for recording videos. Yes, but almost all of them suck technologically. So, here I am just pacing around. This is what happens during the streams, y'all. You don't usually get to see it, but here we are. Um, I forgot where I was going now. This is ADHD. Ooh-wee. I do have a bay window, and it is every house in this development was made via cutting corners. So a couple years ago, a waterfall just shot out from the top of my bay window into the house, just an actual waterfall. And then when my family was like, "Hey, let's get this fixed," when they opened up the top, they realized that nobody ever put any insulation in there. They just threw a house towel in there, like a bath towel. That's all that was in there for insulation. So, in addition to it, being shoddy, it's been fun. This is also the house that tried to kill me, obviously. So we'll see. We'll see how far else it goes. But I got this one. I've gotten so many camcorders that can't autofocus, and I'll give you guys a little behind the scenes look. Here's this train of thought that I was on before. Behind the scenes look. When I got the last camcorder, I spent 20 minutes explaining to Grimjack, if you want to help me film an unboxing, I need you to understand that this camera cannot focus on anything. Whatever it turns on is what it's going to look at. You can't put things in front of it because no one can read them. I was like, we're going to leave everything on the table where it's perfectly aimed at, and we will be fine. So there's a whole bunch of unboxings where Grimjack is literally holding a book up to the camera and trying to read it where he cannot see it, and no one who is looking at the camera view can read any of the words either because it does not focus. So had to get this guy, and then the OBS Spot, Tiny Light 2. Fantastic, absolutely wonderful camera. My only issue with it is that you have about 2.5 hours before, if you're extending the cables, the C to A adapters or whatever else you're using will just stop working. So you have to have a whole bunch of them on hand. The microphone will always stay on. You can change the setting for that, but the camera itself will die. However, it's not really good for filming, I guess you could say, minis in this sort of area. But yes. Oh my God. I am glad I've never had the misfortune of doing that. Oh. We miss you too, Lakara. Hmm.
You were
I
very
saw
missed.
that now. Hmm. But I mean, we might as well. I feel like we're 50 or more than 15 minutes in. Whew. Okay, so I'm gonna change the music up now that it's working again, and let's talk about some dragons.
I always knew you was one of them.
Okay. I hope that comes up in time. As I roared, I stood up behind Themberchaud. Perfect. Love it.
That would
I
be pretty funny.
love it. No, she's not coming today, which is a bummer. But we're starting with your boy.
Hashtag bummer.
Agreed. We're starting with your boy Themberchaud. This is the Funko Pop version, and I'm not a big fan of Funko Pops, if we're being completely honest. But like, look at this chunky boy. I don't know why I picked him up to show you his belly for that, but probably because he's a big
Yeah,
boy.
legally required. You have to show up as belly.
Chunky boy. Uh,
Chonk.
but I think that this guy works honestly really well. Like if you need a huge fat dragon, like the Funko Pop version is fantastic. I'm gonna come over here and grab some. Nope, those are all complete maps. I would just like my own modular maps. Thank you, so I can show you what size he be. I will do that. That is off to the
Is
side.
he large and in charge,
Oh,
theoretically?
he's so large and in charge. He's so large. Look at him. That's a big boy. Ah, I see that the camera is now at an angle, and that sort of annoys me, so let me fix that, hopefully. It should have been at the same orientation as the Adapt tabletop, which also very difficult to put back together if somebody takes all the legs off of it. Don't recommend. I did pick it up like an orange cat. So, I just make blank modular map pieces way before my entire house was covered in D&D maps and all sorts of D&D stuff. I went online, found a place where you can just make pages out of grid. Like I want a 1-inch grid. I want 1-inch hexagons, what have you, anything like that. And I was like, yo, I'm just going to print out a whole bunch of them. I laminated them so I can dry erase marker all over them. And for the beginning, that was what I did to make all my maps. Like, you can make maps any way you want. And if you can describe your stuff to your players, then anything can be a proxy as well. So don't feel
This
bad if
is
you
true.
don't have terrain or anything like that. Like, you can make up for it.
As long as you have vivid, like, descriptions, anything's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. So, like, he's ultra gargantuan. He's big. Like,
See,
this.
it really requires an imagination for when you're playing something that doesn't exactly have, like, very good maps.
Yeah.
Like, World of Darkness is a very good example.
Does.
That game is almost exclusively theater of the mind.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen or, like, heard mention of what the grid size is.
Yeah,
And then
if
I
I
was like, oh,
ever
there's no
I've
grid.
used the map occasionally, but it's mostly like what's it called? I've only done it theater of mind, and then I've just stolen some maps that I just use for various reasons.
Listen. I don't even
Listen, in
care,
the biz,
like.
you got to do what you got to do, you know.
Yeah. I don't. If somebody's like, oh, this wasn't made for D&D or whatever other game you happen to be running, like, oh well, so now it is. Like, that's that's all you got to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now it is.
Just like, are you saying this game right here, D&D, is not a thing? Lies.
Nobody knows. but it's provocative. So yeah, you could use him. He's obviously not made for D&D. That is not a thing he is made for. But here he is in all of his glory. Now I'm going to show you some dragons that are, or I guess were made for D&D. I have the official gold, I think, adult dragon and silver adult dragon that some of you may know from the stream. Mergs was really, really kind, and he was like, "Hey, I'm at this store that's having this huge sale. Do you want some dragons?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay." And so he sent me the adult silver dragon, which is in the 4x4 category. If you look at his big old base, but this boy be flying, and like, listen, we all know that WizKids and whoever else is painting dragons often is they don't always look too good. Let's be honest. Like they don't always look that good, but this guy looks amazing. You just need Google Maps. So, Awaz, you're gonna see so many dragons. I have way more dragons that were not meant for D&D, but you could play them in D&D than actual D&D dragons. But the silver dragon, I just love the detail of. Here, let's pop this on, switch to this camera. Like, he's seen battle. And his mohawk is fire. Look at that. I mean,
Actually, it's not fire.
I was going to say, it's not his element, but it's so cool. Like, they did such a good job. I also
I'll
realized I
never
could have just
forget
zoomed
when
in, but.
a local game store that I go to occasionally
Hmm.
had the full fucking Tiamat model.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for a big old girl. Okay, that's what's gonna be clipped. Yep. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Did you lie?
I didn't lie, it's true. Look at that. I picked up the camera when I could have just zoomed in manually. Okay, I will also say my only other qualm with the OBS Spot Tiny Light series cameras is that they have a remote. It comes with a remote. I'm not saying that I hate that I got a remote. I love that not only did the Whale Pact get me this camera, they also got me the remote. The remote, what it does tell you is that, oh, you could connect 4 different OBS bot devices to it. That's bonkers. That's amazing. I love that. What they don't tell you is that when you connect it to your computer, it controls whatever is the active window. That they do not tell you. So if you are trying to move the camera like I do when I'm playing D&D and I'm like looking at a stat sheet, if I hit the buttons to move the camera, it moves stuff around on my web page and I'm like, no. And when I'm trying to like cycle through chats on Discord while I'm playing, I'll go to hit a button to move the camera and it'll just start messaging someone and I'm like, no, that's not what I want you to do. So part of the reason why I was like, I'm just going to lift the other camera is because I had the button to switch cameras closer to me than the remote, and I knew that the active window wasn't OBS Bot's device menu. Because if it was, then I could have just controlled things. But instead, I would have been controlling whatever the active window happened to be, and I'm terrified that I'm going to control OBS until it's end the stream. That is my fear for tonight. I have a feeling that is going to happen. Apologies in advance, everybody! Now you're just looking at this silver dragon's cracked wing. Well, I guess not cracked.
I expect you to just stop at crack.
Look at him. He even has painted toenails.
Damn, bro, you painted the grippers?
The grippers. But yes, this
You
is...
can't be painting grippers in the year of our deity, 2026.
That is the adult silver dragon model, which is honestly like one of my favorites. I think I like it more than the gold dragon, which I will now show off because I love me some dragons. Look at him, look at him, look at him. He's big. He's thick. He's got some chompers. This guy also, I feel like they'd want to show that all of the dragons have like been in battle at some point, because all of
I
them
mean, makes
have
sense.
like ripped up wings and what have you. This was before this particular model came out before Fizzbonds came out, when they started to make them more Asian themed, the gold dragons, where they're like long and snaky. So he does have kind of a different vibe, but it's not like the long and snaky vibe. Um, the 3 camera setup over. So I'm saying 4 camera setup. One of the cameras is just for the front of my laptop. Hi. And realistically, what I was looking for when I was building a setup like this was I want to be able to do what a lot of like board game channels do, where there's a camera on like the person who works the machines. If you're wargaming, especially, there's almost always a camera on that person, the one who's doing the calculations and what have you. And then like a camera for the board, and then a camera aimed at either side of the players. That was my goal. So I can actually get another camera in here. I just don't know what it would be aimed at, unless we're going to do that board game thing where there's like another camera that looks like it's in another room, and people are like, at this point, I thought he was going to do this, but then, and then they switch back to the board camera. Which is honestly very funny, because most of the time it seems like they're saying secrets or something. And instead... Oh, dang it, Awas! Awas clipped the what I wouldn't give for a big old girl.
Are you surprised by this information? I'm not.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, they have a Moonstone Dragon model? I've been reading that, but now my brain just processed that. I love the Moonstone Dragon is gorgeous.
You just love big old girls.
I just do. I do. I guess
It's okay to admit it.
it's finally out in public. One thing I will say about the gold dragons specifically is that this adult gold dragon actually has multiple heads. The other head is him breathing fire, but mine broke in shipment and I never went and glued it back together. So I just like keep the head separately, and it kind of feels like, because I'm keeping it separately, that like it's supposed to go up on a wall somewhere, but it's very small. So this one has multiple heads. The silver dragon I don't think comes with multiple heads. If it does, I don't have them. Shrug. But he also fits into the 4x4 cube, so gargantuan. That's a big boy. I mean, obviously, the way that his leggies are, and his tail and his head, like his base is in the 4x4, but that doesn't necessarily mean that all of his features are. So do with that what you will. Really. I don't. Yep. Take you off the board now. I'm making sure. It depends on which camera I'm using, but I'm walking very far away from the table where I'm filming and putting these dragons down to make sure that they don't fall and I have another panic attack. There is a little bit of terror inside of me right now. Sure. I'm gonna start with, since we just did a gold and a silver dragon, we might as well just do another gold and a silver dragon. Now these are not from D&D specifically, but the game that they are from, Tenaris, does work on a 1-inch grid, so technically they should fit. This is the silver dragon, which in Dragori Games' lore and Tenaris' lore, I just got a text that said, I knew you liked big girls. Oh, you guys are great. Thank you for that.
Listen, brother, we know. It's okay.
Oh my god. Oh, it's fantastic. This is the Silver Dragon from Tanara's Adventures. It is.
Question is for your big girls. Do you like a specific flavor of dragon?
That's a good question.
Is there a certain thickness that speaks to you?
Hmm.
I'm sensing a sincere possibly.
I like blue dragons for some reason. I don't know why. Like,
That's a very shocking answer.
I don't.
I'm not sorry.
I don't think I like the idea of lightning breath is funny to me more so than scary. But for some reason,
Why is it funny?
I just think it's funny that you open your mouth and like lightning shoots out because I'm used to that being from like a robot or something, like a Gauss gun powering up.
Would that make them? Wait, does that technically make them like, by that definition, cyborgs?
Kinda.
Does Blue Dragon is what's the word I want?
Kind of. Oops.
Does that make them technically Warforged then, by that definition?
Ooh. Yeah. Oh, I've been sent more things, eh? Okay, I'm gonna check them out.
Should we be worried for you?
Probably just a little bit. But
okay.
The Tanara's Adventures Silver Dragon, super Asian themed. I think it came out. I think this one was the crossover notification, like bonus for when their like Sekiro type game came out. So they went very Asian. But their Silver Dragon is closer to like what 2024 D&D's Gold Dragon is. But look at this guy. He's, first of all, he is also in the Gargantuan sphere, but like actually fits into it because even though his base is slightly smaller, his body is wrapped around the pagoda, which is cool. And obviously he's big. He's really heavy.
Story, as they say.
He is very, very heavy. Comparatively speaking, which is good because then you know he's not just gonna like shatter. He is not the one that fell, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, from here, that looks dope. Okay, this is the dragon. Wait, I gotta move his head a little closer to you. He's a little bit off. There we go. Get your Shenrons in. If you're looking for a Shenron mini, probably the Silver Dragon from Dragori Games is the mini for you.
Man, the only thing I had today were the Shen runs.
I feel that way a lot. Way more than any normal human should.
Dap me up, bro. Please. Please, I've suffered so much.
Look at like the detail. So, Dragori Games, very well known for making really, really well detailed minis. And for any of you keeping up, they have a game that just came out that's about to come out called Spellrift Legends, and it's like takes a whole bunch of different mythologies, creatures, kind of like Smite, and like has them duel and stop the darkness altogether. And the only founder left of Dragori Games, I think. Actually, there might be more founders, but he's the only one that is like still day-to-day running the business. He made this post the other day that was like, wait, what the heck? Interesting. Hold on, I will figure this out. There we go. No? What? Huh? Okay, I'm going to deal with this later. But this is the plastic from this box, which I think I might have messed up. That's fine. That's fine. We're going to worry about it later. Nothing is broken. We're all good. We don't need to worry. No panic attacks here. None. Don't worry. They also have a gold dragon, which I do want to use for the gold dragon in my campaign, except the gold dragon in my campaign is in many, many pieces, unlike the mini. This is their gold dragon. Hello!
What up?
He
Would you like to
lives.
talk about dragons?
Love to talk about dragons. Sorry I'm late.
Don't worry about it.
You also missed it that Okami publicly admitted he likes them big girls.
It's true. There's a clip now, and I already got a text about it.
Oh,
It's nothing. You don't sound so forlorn about it. It's something to be celebrated, my brother.
no, I was not prepared for this
This announcement.
this announcement.
It's fair. It's fair.
It's not the announcement I expected when I came through the door.
Listen,
Fair,
he's
fair,
just
fair.
down with the thickness. There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey, I'm not mad.
I couldn't be mad if I
Oh.
tried.
Hey there, random.
I was just about to say, Awaz, can you kill that? Or Shin? Thank you. This guy, I'm noticing, also fits into the 4x4 gargantuan sphere. I do want to say one thing about the Dragori Games Red. This is the Gold Dragon. Gold Dragon in particular is that the fire, the translucent fire, is actually separate from the rest of the mini, and I'm gonna
Weird
see
as hell.
how
That is
far I can
Also,
get
I love
you.
the
in
fact
there.
that we have you live
I know.
on the stream.
Everyone
Very-
can see me how I pace around the room during streams now.
This is glorious.
But he has like a I'm trying to see. I'm watching the stream to see how close his mouth is to the camera, but he has like his head is split in half, and in order to get the translucent fire into his mouth, you actually have to shove the edge of the fire into his head, split it further. So I was absolutely terrified.
What up, it was?
And actually, it was Jinakechi who was like, I got this, don't worry about it. And the whole time I was there like, but he did it, and it's in there. And I will never take it out because I'm terrified his head's going to split in half if I do. But this is the gold dragon. Look at this. Okay, so Shin, now that you're here, you can see I have what I think is an optimal setup.
Oh,
I have
I like
4
it.
cameras going. They're all good. They all autofocus. I could put in a 5th one, but it can't autofocus. So I was like, I'll leave that one out. We don't need it.
this is glorious.
This
A
is
5th camera has hit the stream.
Oh, this is glorious.
This is fantastic.
This is nice. Isn't
Ah.
it nice when you can set things up and leave it?
Oh. Okay, so
Isn't it?
I set this up for D&D Versary 6. I was like, I'm going to leave all the stuff here, and we're going to record things later, okay, guys? And so I don't know when it's going to come out, but I did do a little, I don't know, like testimony during D&D Versary 6, which was like the real first test of all the cameras. And we still had everything set up, but we didn't actually use the board while we were playing during D&D Versary 6. It was all theater of the mind. And then at the end, they were like, can we move some of this stuff? And I was like, okay. And it took me like 3 hours to set back up today. There was just crap everywhere. And I was like, I wish I could just leave this forever.
I believe that.
This is a gold dragon. And I will also fill you in that, you know what? No, I want to do the elder dragon first, and then I'll go on to the other box of the people, the dudes that I dropped that gave me a heart attack. But
Fair.
they have one. Originally, the gold dragon came out first, and that was supposed to be their most premium dragon model. And I was like, alright. And then they were like, wait, no, we have a real premium figure now. And I was like, oh, what does that mean? What do you mean by real premium figure?
Like, wait, what are you saying?
What do you mean? So then they released the Elder Dragon, and you might be like, why does he look so naked? That's because he's so goddamn big that he has to have his wings separated when you put him away. Why is he naked like that? So this is the Elder Dragon. Wait, no, hold on. I'm going to get this. You got to get the angle right. The angle of the dangle, baby. Part of me is like, don't put it all the way in. And then that means you can take it out later. And I'm like, that's true. I'm just... If AWAS doesn't clip what I just said, Wes definitely will.
Is tonight the day you get clipped into oblivion?
I think so. But this is the Elder Dragon. He is their official premium mini. He's so big he doesn't fit on that camera. So you know what? I think we should just switch cameras. Boom. Bam. His base is 5x5. Even bigger than regular gargantuan. But remember, anything 4x4 or bigger is gargantuan. So it's all good. I got to move this a bit to the side, I think. Bloop. Was that the wrong way? Nope, that was right. Hey, buddy, face the camera. Let the people see your face. I want to strongly impress upon all of you that even though the Elder Dragon is supposed to be the premium figure, he is the least detailed dragon they have. He's just the biggest dragon they have. And I'm like, you know what? I got nothing to say. It's not like I could do better. You made a big boy. People like big boys. That's getting clipped too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well. Can't win them all. That's fine. Or maybe I can. Maybe this is how I get famous. In which case, thank you, AWAS, because you've started the train. Also, feel free to workshop however you want these dragons to be taking over your worlds in some way, shape, or form. Because that's dope. He's going to go back in the box for now. I will fix his wings later.
Not the box.
The box! Nothing moves the box! A lot of things move the box. One of them is the floor. Hence my panic attack. I think I have to reset all of their stupid. So, Sarah's Adventures, Arena, the contest, all those games by Dragori are meant to be played cooperatively. However, you could run them as a D&D campaign, but a board game, if you really wanted to. But they also have different game modes, and when they released all the other dragons, I think the original... When they released all the other dragons, because originally there was just one dragon in the game, they were like, yo, let's make a new game mode. Boss versus boss. And people were like, I don't... What? And so they actually have a bunch of cards that are special for all the bosses, because you can play a PvP game mode where you have teams that are working under a boss to either steal the horde of another boss or kill them outright. And every once in a while you can summon your boss onto the field, not unlike Gigantic, and fight alongside them. Which I honestly think would be more fun to film and play as a stream thing than the actual board game, because it's quick and it's over. You don't have to watch a million things. It's oh, I want to watch them fight alongside this. I want to watch them kill this dragon. And you're like, oh, okay, cool, job's done. I want to watch them kill that other dragon next time. So this box is what fell earlier, but thankfully I had the top plastic taped down, which I think is probably what saved the minis. They did punch through the top plastic, but none of them broke, which is good, because there's 5 whole more dragons in this box. Oh no, all the cards just went over the floor. I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. There are more than just dragons as bosses that you could play as in Tanaris. There's also like a manticore. And there's a bunch of other weirdos. But the dragons, everyone was like, yo, that's cool stuff. And they clearly have names and what have you. So the gold dragon's name is Isenden. And we looked at the silver dragon, which I think is not on this list, just to confuse everybody. Yay! Actually, the silver dragon would have come out after this book came out. But Isenden is the gold dragon. And then we want the red dragon. So I'm just going to go in alphabetical order. Here's the red dragon, and his name is Azamor. And like I said, the premium dragon is actually the least detailed. Like, these are fantastic. They're so cool. Ooh, 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 ooh. I almost put my finger through plastic. I didn't like that.
No, let's not do that, please.
I was like, oh, well, that's not good. He is also, I don't think he's a 4x4. No, he's a 3x3. They're huge, not gargantuan, but still, like, so much detail on each of them. He's got like a little, let me switch over to this camera. Bloop. He's got like a little crown and a big old treasure box, because he's the red dragon and you all associate them with their big old hoards of money and stuff. But like, even his scales, they didn't have to do all that, but they did. I thank them for it. We got a red dragon. Who are you? I'm going to guess you might be... I think this is the white dragon. Oh no, he's on leaves. Oh, that's more confusing. I don't know which one you are. He's either Thyra or Kelorth. Kelorth is the white dragon, but I don't know why you're on leaves. I just realized I'm holding it up to the wrong camera like a dum-dum.
I wonder how they come up with these names for these dragons, you know?
Their dragons don't have a million syllables.
Well, I mean, listen, I love that my favorite thing for how to name any like wizard you have in game is just take some random like ad medicine.
I don't disagree. That is perfect.
Ah, yes, the great green wizard psoriasis.
I don't think that's wrong.
The great druid Viagra.
I don't think
known
that's
for growing wood in the.
Definitely a powerful druid.
Definitely.
Definitely.
He gets him big.
I don't know why the white dragon is on like a pile of leaves, but it looks like they're having little dragon babies. Look at it. I guess the spiky spikes make sense if you're like covered in ice, though. That sort of makes sense to me.
You know, I actually heard a good story about dragons today. I think you'd appreciate, Okami.
Oh?
Someone was writing a post that they have a new idea. That in their world, a dragon size is proportional to their horde. And it's the story of a young dragon whose only hoard is a single rusty copper coin. So she's tiny. And someone steals it. So
bitch.
she sees a job posting to rescue a princess for 10,000 gold. And she's like, you know what? Bet. That'll be a good amount of money. She gets there because essentially no one can understand Draconic unless you're special. And no one pays her any mind because she's tiny. So she finds the princess only to find out she took over a band of outlaws because she doesn't want to be married off to some random dude. And
don't blame her.
Hey, I have 35,000. Just protect me. And she becomes a giant dragon that's like her companion. And that's
I like that story. See, that would be a fun campaign.
I actually enjoy that.
Because you don't gotta be... Listen, you could be bad guy, but you don't have to be bad guy.
My favorite part about it is the princess herself was like, "Hey, listen, you can either join me or die" to any of her suitors. And apparently, like 150 suitors went after her, and 3 have joined her, and she's killed all 147 in single combat.
Hey. The thing about combat, especially single combat, is combat was never meant to be fair.
It's true.
If you're fighting fair, you're fighting wrong. I don't give a damn.
Speaking of not fighting fair, this is actually because of the light that's shining like from behind him, and he's like
I don't know why I just started singing Seal. The light that you shine can't be seen.
That is perfect.
For that one, I know it. I feel the soul just being like, hey, not you quoting Seal.
This is, speaking of not fighting fair, this is Zarumag, which honestly could be a wizard. Doesn't have to be a black dragon, but this is their black dragon. You can tell from all the skulls.
You know, that name almost sounds like a penis pill.
Yep, could be a wizard. Have any of you heard about Pepto-Bismol, protector of the sacred rings?
Okay, so I have a very weird idea.
Hear me out.
It's kind of...
yes, I'm listening. I can make words. Sure.
So, what if... Alright, so one of my other favorite grand ideas that I love in fantasy is the idea of Hollow Earth. Essentially the idea that there is Earth within the Earth. D&D did it at one point. It is a very big part of Hollow Earth, was a very big part of D&D. We've talked about it, I think, briefly. But in that, dinosaurs with magical powers versus Sorcerer King dragons feels like a vibe we need to bring back.
I'm down for that. Yeah.
Like, that's just a vibe I feel like we need to bring back. Because it's 2 different types of lizards. And technically,
He looks so small.
Who's gonna get who? Like, you have the lizard folk team up with the dinosaurs, and the dragonborns team up with the dragons.
Yeah.
I want to see it happen. Someone out there, that's not me. Please.
That one with the leaves is definitely Thyra, who is not a white dragon. Because the white dragon, super easy to figure out, is definitely Kelorth. 100% it's Kelorth. This is the white dragon. There's ice everywhere. Whoops. My bad.
Would Kelorth be interested in a popsicle?
I think he would. Okay, so spoilers for if I even ever release the testimonial and what have you, but one of what I said to Nara's player, Whaaarrgarrrbl, was like, my favorite thing about your character is finally getting you to the Popasicle. The Popasicle was ready to be put in that freezer for like 4 years before you guys finally made your way over there. And I told him every session I would come back to messages from Lakara and Shin being like, did Popasicle happen today? For like 4 years.
I would sit there on bated breath, just like I think it might happen. And then when you were like, hey, it's gonna happen soon, I think I lost control.
Music makes you lose control. Music makes you lose control.
Okay, yeah, we're definitely getting hit.
Look at this. Honestly, Kelorth was the one I was most scared of. I was like, oh, I'm gonna break all the ice off his wings. Please, please be in one piece. Please.
That is so beautiful, though. Like the hardened ice effect. Also, me thinking that when he's covered in, or he or she is covered in ice, like when this dragon's covered in ice, their AC skyrockets.
Like, yes.
This is them turning their frost breath on themselves. Like, you're fighting this thing, and it recharges its breath, and instead of it like cocks its head back to do a breath attack, and instead of aiming at you, it aims straight up and just covers itself in frost.
Oh, that's fantastic. So Dex's character is a Ice Archon Rhymehammer. Like, we didn't even make him a new character. We're like, you can just be this monster, dude. And we've been thinking up all these different ways that he could use ice to gain abilities. And one of the people that he was fighting, well, he as a monster, he has this ability where he can. It's sort of like the same idea as parry, where he raises his AC against one attack that he's receiving. And I was like, we could give you charges like key or sorcerer points, and you can do ice things with them. I think that makes the most sense for your character.
Petition to make one of them at a higher level for him, the ability to absorb fire and not take it as doubled as a weakness, but as a resistance, because he's essentially got like permanent ice. He's absorbing enough and disputing the heat throughout, like dissipating the heat. It would be a one-time. He would have to burn a lot of points to do it, but it would give him a very fair way to be like, okay, I'm icing up.
Okay, that could work. So far, we gave him the thing that he uses charges mostly for are, instead of bardic inspiration, he can basically cover another player in ice and raise their AC.
You should give him a shillelagh effect.
Shillelagh!
You should give him like a 1d8 ice on top of a melee weapon kind of thing.
I will say, okay, here's the Tales from the Table while we're looking at Kelorth and talking about ice things. I had found these items called bottled blades. I think they're from the Griffin Saddlebag, but I'm not 100% sure. It's a vial, a stoppered vial, and when you pop the top of the vial, the stopper off the vial, whatever like liquid color that's swirling around inside of it forms into a sword out of that element. So I had Nara's grandpa, the Popasicle. Before he was a Popasicle, he was working on these, and he had made prototypes that they can't be recharged. And they can only be used once, and the Zentarum, because her grandpa used to work for the Zentarum, was like, we're not paying you to make a thing that we can only use one time. So, like, no more research funds, and he just, like, put them away in his shop. But when my players were going to go to fight people in other places where they were like, oh, can we have some elemental help? The Popasicle was like, use them. Like, I don't care. It would be a nice thing for me to have, but like, whatever. And while during D&Dversary 6, near like the very end, all the people at the table are having this conversation, and Creepshow Kate, who plays digitally, she goes, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And she goes, I have a question. So Dex's character makes needles that like you can put in glasses and other stuff like that, and they don't melt because they came out of an elemental. Like, you have to melt them yourself in order for them to melt. They just stay there. What if we put one of those in one of the vials from the bottled blades, like that has already been used? And I was like, ha 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 ha. Why don't you find out? And then Creepshow Kate was like, guys, pay attention. Guys, pay attention. Pay attention. And they did this little quest and what have you. And Nara's player, Valerie, looks up at me from the table and she goes, Did we just like finish my grandfather's work? And I was like, oh, Creepshow Kate solved a puzzle that I hadn't even brought up yet. Just spitballing. And Valley Vajira is like, there's tears are starting to well in her eyes, and she's like, none of us are like scientists in this world, and we completed one of my grandpa's works. And like tears are welling up in her eyes, and I'm like, oh, we're about to have a moment. This is gonna be fantastic. And then Grimjack walks into the room, and he's like, have you guys ever seen my sweater? And he has a sweater with a guy that has a natural 1 die for his head, and it says, guess I'll die. And like, a moment, immediately dead.
That boy.
Don't you love those deep emotional moments, and then someone just like goblins it up real quick?
I was like, was he waiting for that? Where did that come from?
Absolutely, that was intentional. That was absolutely 1000% intentional. And I will accept no other word.
But for the last dragon, and so all 5 of these dragons that I'm showing you now are from the Dragon Collection, which is literally just a box full of dragons. This last one, though, is by far the dopest one. This is Vraydok, the undead dragon. If this guy's not chilling in Cardna, I don't know where he is.
I gotta see him. Hold up. Let me see this big boy. Let me see this big boy.
I'm gonna switch cameras, bring him over closer. Closer. Look at him.
I love bony wings. Ooh, that is my favorite.
Look at his like Gravelord Nito Katamari of bones.
Yeah, that's hot. You know what it almost reminds me of? Wasn't there like a quote-unquote undead dragon in one of the Monster Hunter games recently? Monster Hunter World?
Val Nizak, I think it was.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool dragon.
This is but I love the look of this thing also because okay, Draco Liches, undead dragons, like I want a dragon whose treasure is his phylactery.
Ooh.
So when you steal his treasure, you're spreading his phylactery around.
My favorite thing I've ever seen with something like that is where it's like, oh yeah, make your Lich's phylactery literally like a gold coin or something.
Yeah, as long as it exists in some capacity, like if you make the gold itself the phylactery, if they melt it, as long as it's strong enough, maybe you make a roll, but as long enough of it's strong enough, if it gets reconstituted or something, guess what? Your gold still exists as long as it's still gold. And they have to bring it all together to destroy it. And how do you bring together gold pieces that are spread across the world? You can't. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean. The first one.
No, exactly.
I didn't understand your joke until just now, it was because I apparently can't read. So I apologize. I thought it said blind, and I've been in the back of my head. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Also, Wes, I don't have anything here that he has painted, but Jack DT, he paints minis now. Like, I'll be like, yo, you're basically a beginner, dude. You just started painting things. And he'll be like, I've been doing it for like 2 years. I'm not a beginner anymore. And I'm like, compared to the other people who have been wargaming since they like popped out of the womb, you're doing amazing work, dude. And every time a big mini comes out at the table, he's like, yo, let me paint it. And he does paint stuff sometimes. And I know at some point I'm going to hand him one of these dragons and he's going to paint it and it's going to be beautiful. Because he does really amazing work. He really, really does. And I can't stress enough how, like, he just sort of kind of fell into the hobby of painting. He was like, oh, just let me try. And he's so goddamn good at it.
Love that.
Like, oh man, how did you get this good? Okay, I am realizing now, I am in fact missing a dragon. I don't know where the base green dragon is, but that's okay because there's plenty more dragons where he came from. He's supposed to be in the main, he comes in the original Arena board game, which means he's got to be in the mini box, but I didn't see him. Instead, okay, so technically this guy isn't a dragon, but close enough. This is their Hydra. He definitely has more dragony heads than your average Hydra.
It's okay.
My favorite part of him though is I had my when I took him out the first time, I forgot which one of my players it was, but they were like, "Why is he so short?" And I was like, "He's not short. The mini only has like what's visible above the water. So this mini starts without his legs. Why is he so short?" I was like, "He's not short. He's just underwater." You're being rude now. He's doing his best.
Not you bullying this poor defenseless beast.
So here's their 5-headed Hydra. Actually, he might be in the book as well. What is his name? His name is
Lurmgamp, the destroyer.
Hanirac, which is I definitely
They
sounds
knew
like a
what they were
drug.
doing.
This is Hanirac, the Hydra. You could definitely have him as one of your minions, and then, or I mean, you could work underneath him if you're doing boss v boss. You probably fight him during the campaign. But there's also, this is him. Yeah, I think so. Maybe I can't tell. I think this is Balaroth, who is so within the world of Teneras, like there's darkness encroaching, blah 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 blah. It makes umbral creatures, and they're like aberration versions of stuff that was already going to kill you, so it's double going to kill you. So they have an umbral dragon, which is a dragon with tentacles and worms everywhere. Yay!
I don't like it.
Are you sure? Come on, don't you want to be his friend? Look at him. Look at all these tentacles. There's tentacles everywhere. Awaz, do you like this guy? Also, he's a Cyclops. For some reason, like all the umbral creatures are Cyclopes, so I don't know what that's about. But I believe this is Balaroth. And he is a scary. He has like a weird like xenomorph head, like just the shape. So the umbral dragon is not the scariest umbral creature there is. There is also an umbral Tarrasque.
Oh yeah, that's totally necessary.
Like, Tarrasques already aren't apex predators. Nah, let's make them worse.
Of course.
Why wouldn't we be? Why wouldn't we? I feel bad now that I have no idea where the green dragon is. He must be at the bottom of the... Oh, wait. I think I found him. Where you at, dog? Oh, here he is. Found him. He is in a different box. Oh, no. I lied to you. I just saw a lot of wings and was like, got him. Nope. Instead, I have here... What is your name, dude? You are Ardalog, which... honestly is the worst name of the bunch. It does not strike fear into me. But he is their version of the Manticore. With his goat and his lion and his dragon head. And his snake tail. But this is Ardalog. So I have no idea where the green dragon is, huh? Interesting. He's got to be with the other mini... Oh! He's probably in a tray underneath the regular minis. In the big box. That's probably why I can't find him. Okay. Well, that's almost all the dragons from Teneras. I forgot the one. I would go grab him, but that's going to take way too much time, so I'm not gonna. And technically you've seen him on the unboxing already. Definitely have showed him off before. The way that they consolidated the boxes, because the game comes in so many different boxes. They made like an ultimate storage kit, and it fits most, but not all the creatures. So I'm sure the green dragon, because he came in the base game, is at the bottom of the minis box in like a separate tray. And I will also say, I'm not here to shill for Dragori games, but I will.
Okay.
They don't only make minis. There's also, like, you can get terrain. This is just the wall box. Let me switch cameras to this one. This is just the wall box. So, like, if you need dungeon walls and you want to put like 3D walls on your maps, you can totally do that with Dragori stuff. And these are just add-ons. You don't necessarily have to buy them if you're getting the board game, but like you can make your own dungeons out of just their walls and stuff like that, which is cool. They have 3 different size walls as well, which is cool. They also make doors, which I think when I say someone makes like 3D doors, especially after dungeon walls and stuff like that, I think we all just immediately think of HeroQuest. So they have those, but they come in a different box than this. And you can see this is the first. I think he was the first demon boss, but like there's like 6 or 7 of them now. So many minis. But I just wanted to show you guys some dragons.
That's cool, boss.
Don't be held hostage on the phone, and also don't let people give you panic attacks while they hold you hostage on the phone.
No one truly do that. It just happens.
No.
I don't recommend. Not my favorite. But yeah. Also, you can use so many of these minis. This is wrong. I was like, he doesn't go in there. No, maybe not. I will take this away and figure it out. I'm pretty sure he goes here, though. Yeah. I was correct. Forgot what I was going to say now because I distracted myself by not being able to solve a children's puzzle.
I've done that.
Oh, because you don't go in this box. You go in a different box. Haha, no wonder. I was like, you definitely don't fit in there, dude. I was going to say, I will show you. You can use a bunch of their minis for totally different things. Like, say you need Lolth in your game, but you don't have a mini for it. There's a Spider Queen in Teneris that you could definitely use for Lolth. I will say, Jack DT said the same thing I did the first time that I pulled this particular mini out, because this lady's huge. She's actually only attached to the base by 1 leg, and I know there's no way she's not going to get broken if you're actually playing the game. Like, there's no way. It's not possible. She's wibbly wobbly, and I just feel like while it is one of the coolest minis they have, I think the structural integrity of it is very weak compared to all the other minis. But yeah, there's plenty of these minis that are other creatures you could use in your games for other stuff.
I like that though. I also like that you have this huge collection of dragons. Because I feel like dragons are those things that like are the Dungeons and Dragons are named for the dragons, and like we do so much to not put dragons in the games.
I actually
dragon feels like such a high ceiling. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I actually told my players when we like started the campaign, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna let you know now, you're not gonna meet a lot of dragons." And now they're like best buddies with a dragon, and I'm like, I feel like I sort of ended up lying to you.
Kind of, but not really.
I guess besties is a bad term, but
Yeah.
right. I'm gonna figure out where these things are later. I'm not worried about them falling off the table or anything right now. But yes, I think I'm not the only one that has show and tell things to show and tell.
That is true. But Speedy, do you have show and tell things to show and tell?
Hi, Fist.
Speedy has quieted himself. I do not know what that means.
Fist. I will also fill you in on this. I just realized I don't have the new poll options. I will have to run upstairs at some point. But this is kind of my test setup. I wanted to make sure that it worked. I did run it over the weekend as well to make sure, but we can now do lots of board games and other content, and I'm pretty sure that as long as I have a big supply of C to A adapters, because the camera that I'm currently running right now, for some reason, if it's running for like 2 hours, the C to A adapter stops working, and I gotta get another one. But I have like a pile of them, so it's fine. But I do have so many cameras.
Well, I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
It's not in the state that I wanted it, as I said before. But for you guys, for when Cardna actually comes back, which I know September is going to be hectic for you, Okami.
A little bit.
And the beginning, October beginning is a little crazy for us.
A little bit.
I'm hoping in one of those off weekends in October we can start back up.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll have a nice little pamphlet for you guys. But to really give you guys examples of what's going on.
I do love pamphlets.
Yeah, pamphlets. But to give you guys a nice little example of the pamphlets you guys are going to have, let's take a look at my show and tell today.
Yay!
Oh, yes. This is...
You share it and I will switch the screen.
Oh, I was going to give you the thing to look at and open. Live here on the channel.
Hell yeah.
Give me a second. I just don't know where the hell...
Wait, why am I... I'm going to switch
I
this camera.
exported it too.
Oh.
I hate when I go to okay, if I just hit export, will it show me? Okay, cool. Now
that is one of the things I was helping my brother with. He was like, "Where does my stuff save?" I was like, wherever you saved it, man."
Yeah, sometimes.
Like, oh no! I'm like, well, fix it.
I have things backed up on things. So I forewarn everyone that there might be some typos and things in here because it was late. But it is for you guys to
I'll grab it in a second and share with you guys. There we go.
Open. And I forewarn everyone with the art that some of the art is created by hand. Some of the AKA me stitching together clip art assets that are free. Other pieces are generated for the time being, and because I don't have artist money yet. Again,
one day
with a grain of salt. One day, the final product will. But we're gonna take a look.
So cool.
The Voyager Manifest.
I'm gonna make this a little smaller so you can read it. There we go. Okay, one more time smaller. There we go. Now it fits on the screen. Dude.
This is it. This is the beginning of my. This is the first 23 pages of my labor of love. There is actually currently 63 pages done, but the last the last 15 pages are such jumbled mess of tables that it's just not presentable, and the others need some fine tuning because I started playing with new text sizes. But I wanted to show you guys what the player's guide, or known as the Voyager's Manifest for Cardna, my personal creation, is going to look like.
Oh my god, beautiful branding. Oh, fantastic.
I approve.
You guys, if you don't know what Cardna is, my name is DM Shin. Hi, how you doing? If you're watching this for the first time, bless you. Thanks for watching this. But Cardna is one of my creations and is my first attempt at making my own game. It started, I want to say, about 2.5 years ago now. This October will be I want to say 3 years of me working on Cardna, which is crazy. I don't think I've ever actually worked on something for 3 years. I'm gonna be completely transparent. My
No, there is something
ADHD.
you've definitely worked on for 3 years that is a labor of love, sweat, hatred, and tears.
That's a different point.
It's true.
Okay, that's
Okay.
that's
That's
different.
no.
What you don't
Uh,
understand is Shin invented this thing. It's called the Audiotron.
okay, we're gonna cut him off real quick. So anyway, back to the point. We're gonna go on, scroll on through in Okami. If you want to go ahead and scroll past the first page, so that is the logo for Cardna. It is getting fixed up again because I want to play with it some more. But that is
Oh,
Cardna's logo. Um, I gave everyone the credit because I know the people who are going to be proofreading this are people. So congratulations on getting credit.
people proofreading this are people. I mean, you right?
Um, I did make a little note for people. Reference for later. I know, I get it, but it's a vibe. All right,
It's true.
Just accept the vibe,
100%.
guys. And then we get to this nice little
Oh.
blip. That's a thank you from the author. So I'm gonna read it without crying
I believe in you.
because I can do that. But
Listen, if it makes you feel any better, we'll cry for you.
no, it's okay. This is the first draft of Cardna's Play Guide. So if you're reading this, I owe you a huge thanks, as I did not think I would get this far. This game went through a lot of rewrites and edits, but I wrote this with the support of a lot of people who I'm happy to have in my life in many ways. That being said, it is open to critique, and there is no such thing as bad opinions. Unless you just hate it, then just tell me it's not your vibe.
Fair.
Pretty much. If you just tell me it's not your vibe, I'll take that way better than you raking me over the coals. Um, but again, like I said here, I know I could wax poetic, so I'm going to stop myself. But some quick history is that Cardna did start as a single map. It was a cool idea where I was like, what if you built your entire campaign in one area, one big city that had a whole bunch of stuff, and that was the whole game.
And
then I
then
was
suddenly
like,
you decided, what if it was wet?
well, yeah, it was always wet. But then I was like, wait, but there's an ocean, and then people sail on the ocean. I was like, where did people come from? And then I started thinking too much. But a little bit lower, I have to thank some people. Special thanks to
Oh no.
Speedy, Lakara,
No.
Okami, and the Resident Bard. You guys are my first explorers officially, so you guys get a big thank you. The Tiny Barbarian gets a big shout out for some monster design ideas that did spark some other monster ideas.
I'm gonna cry.
My partner for her endless support and letting me sit up way too late into the night, not questioning whether or not I will sleep, just hoping that I will wake up. And then I just felt because it was late, but the ever supportive Roundtable family, including Iron Fist, Grimjack, and Awaz, and many others of you that tune in week after week, because you guys tune in, you show up, you give ideas, you drop lore and little things here and there, and it means a lot to me because it gives me stuff to look at.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
And Awaz, you know you get special. Awaz, you know, Awaz, you know. Okay, Awaz, you know. But you're gonna scroll past some really cool, interesting little splash art, give you an idea of what happened on that fateful day. Just a quick splash
For
art.
those of you not in the know of Cardna, basically this is what if you were playing Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, but Eldritch Horror.
Something like that. But the big thing
It
is
was
that,
really bad because I was playing it the other day and I'm like, Cardna?
listen, it's not its fault.
Does Shin is Ganondorf?
No, I'm not secretly Ganondorf. You can always read the nice little intro story piece there, but I kind of want to get ahead to what Cardna is and why I think it's different. If you watched before, again, Cardna uses mission-based system. The whole goal is to create your story based on the missions being provided. You may want to go somewhere, Well, maybe you should take a mission that takes you there. You should look out for things of that nature. But if you want to investigate things necessarily behind the scenes, you should be aware that you work for a military state. And I did a lot of rewriting to get that point across, which is where we're really going to dive into this. Going into the first big change on the next page, Okami, could you read about the Church of Soul?
Ooh, okay. The Church of Soul. When the people needed hope, it is said that Cthon and his followers traveled to Elos and assisted in choosing the first Arch-Empress of Elos. From her seat high above the Grand Isles, she observed the struggles encountered by the Tenzin, as many found issue enlisting the life they had just regained. Using the authority commanded by her title, she established the Church of Soul, a mission initially seeking to bring light to the dark reaches of Cardna and provide hope to her lost, who sought comfort over conflict. In time, the church grew and soon became tied to the High Throne, establishing various smaller orders seeking to help while also naming the first Archcardinal. However, like all things, rumors abound that lately the church has moved with particular interest in a number of relics from the Verdant Age. While this has been denied by the Archcardinal, any information proving otherwise will be appreciated. Will you serve?
Will you serve?
And on the next page, we just have a couple of couple of terms that people have to get used to, that you'll see pop up and hear. Things that you would just know as a Voyager. Number one being a Voyager, which is the biggest notation is that if you're playing a character in this game, you're a Voyager. But they are individuals who determine themselves to a life of service and exploration. Many exist across the sea, friend and occasional foe. So be aware of distinct features. Everyone works in a troop, which is the name of your party. It's what you get referred to. The navigator will refer to your party as a troop. The game will refer to your troop as a troop. All sorts of people will just be like, hey, you're a troop. And you choose the name for them. You guys still have to choose your name of a troop. I think you guys came up with one loosely, that we sort of stuck with, but we'll see coming back.
Okay.
The High Throne is the seat from which all glory reigns and most conscripts are issued. Conscripts being the missions that you're going to undertake. And adjacent to the throne is the Council and the Tenzin, both consisting of equal members to make all decisions fair. That's just kind of give you a little bit of a better idea of the structure also in Cardna. Originally, it was kind of loosely based around the High Throne, but I thought, okay, the Tenzin's important. Okay, they have a counterpart because now the Church of Soul exists. Okay, I see how this is going to work out. Conscripts are the official name of your missions. It's just a fancy way of saying a mission.
Fair.
But these are official and handed through to you through official channels. That is how you get rewarded merit in terms of how you rank up, in terms of how you level up, and how you gain more power.
I should be back, fellas. I have to use the bathroom.
No
Oogies.
problem. Now, Okami, I want you to read about a dreadnought for me real quick. I want you to take some of these next couple because I think these are going to be the interesting things that are new for you
Okay.
to find out about.
Ooh, okay. Dreadnought. A special title given to large masses and beasts witnessed on expeditions in Calcos. These beasts defy logic and cause intense levels of visions and distortions to the mind. They are not to be handled without preparation and often are hunted in unique conscripts. Ah, so all the people I'm going to say we should hang out with.
You see somebody hunting down a dreadnought, they're powerful. They're really strong. The next little thing that you might find interesting too. In fact, your character might want to get some armor made out of this stuff.
Ooh. Lunice. Chunks of moonstone that have lost their luster, highly sought after for their durability and unique properties when tempered. Rewards for veins are offered by the land.
Oh yes.
Is it cold to the touch, or is it just because it looks like ice?
It is still cold to the touch.
Ooh.
In fact, it maintains near sub-zero properties. It's really good for water.
Interesting. All right. Outpost, a floating settlement established by either nomads, militia, or a Tenzin. These refuges are sanctuaries on long trips and often the only place to report results for merit. They are occasionally attached to Navants, shipwrights who can repair damage and be contracted for the right price. Oh.
So that gives you an idea of the people you now interact with. You guys left off at an outpost. Whether it's a nomad or a Tenzin outpost, you'll yet to be discovered. But you might run into some nomads, the free folk who have chosen to live in the open of the sea and outside of the high throne. They are not completely unaligned, with many factions existing known to the militia. The militia does also exist, being kind of like the High Throne's personal army. They're separate from the
Okay.
Tenzin. Now, you guys have also run into these things known as the Damned, or the Drowned. They're the hard remains of the dead who have been sentenced to walk. No
Oh.
one really understands why they're walking. But it's like a punishment.
Are any of them gigantic elephants?
Something gigantic may or may not have been encountered by you guys. Something that is may or may not be a thing that you could have dealt with in your first ever session, actually, now that I think about it. What up, Clubs?
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Am I too late, or is everyone saying
No.
goodbye?
I don't think anyone's saying goodbye yet.
Nope.
Oh, okay, just
Just
checking.
just potty breaks. It seems like.
Oh, okay, cool. So what's up?
What up?
We're learning about Cardna.
Oh, cool.
I dropped I finished working on my first 23 pages.
Oh, nice.
Dude, that is wild.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. That is I was saying before, like, I've been working on this for almost 3 years, and I don't think I've ever had the mental wherewithal to work on something consistently for 3 years like that.
That's insane.
Well, you do now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts a lot. But
But you're here. And you
cool.
did it. 23 pages on display right now.
Damn it. There it goes. Now my mic's working.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I've returned from the ether, and we gained a clubs.
How are you?
We doing?
Pretty good. But where'd I leave off?
Damn Drowned was the last one.
Thank you. So yes, the Drowned are something that you've run into. But Speedy, now that you're back, could you read the last two bits of the lexicon for me? Page 9.
Should I re-drowned or keep going?
Nope,
No,
we did it already.
You skipped Drowned. You skipped it.
All right. Farers. A myth on the sea of individuals who exist around us and interact with mortals as if toys in a game. They are used to describe many of the oddities that exist. Did we run into one of those when we were playing?
You might have. I mean, did you feel toyed with?
A little bit.
I ran
Yeah.
into one. And then finally, the last thing. It is pronounced the way you think it is.
Anchors. Did I get that right?
You got it right.
Or were you going for onkers?
Nope, anchors.
Bonkers. Anyway, an unknown group of crazed cultists who believe redemption will be found at the bottom of the ocean. They are highly dangerous and will attempt to sink vessels if allowed on board. Exercise caution as rumors have sprouted of odd beats among their ranks. Listen, you had me up until they worship the ocean. I don't fuck with the ocean, bro.
Just
There will be no motion in this ocean.
have you ever played Days Gone?
Yep.
I have not, but I've seen it.
Okay, so if you played Days Gone, remember the cultists that are like, oh, when they see the zombies, they like offer themselves up?
Yeah, there's always some people like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, except these people willingly plunge themselves into the ocean.
Oh,
But why?
and they don't even need like a. Okay, I'm gonna say something. Well, now, here's where I get canceled now. But I was gonna say, oh, so they don't even need to throw a baby into the ocean like those weirdos off
Man, you can't get
off the
canceled.
Sword
You
Coast.
admitted you like big-bodied
Hmm.
women today.
Yeah, I have
You're
I
an
have a
ally
whole new
today.
fan base.
You've unlocked the.
You have allies now. You told everyone you're an ally.
I was
By
showing off
embracing
dragons
yourself, you
before. Sorry,
embrace-
clubs.
You embrace the
I
group.
am. Yeah, I got no context for it.
I was
Okay,
showing
well,
off my
Okami-
big dragon minis.
And he just out of context, not even in context, it was out of context. Goes, I like them big booty girls, and he's like, "Yep, that's where I'm getting clipped."
Yep,
And he was right.
that sounds like it.
Yeah, that's putting you on a clip, buddy. I hate to say it. Also, I realized, Okami, I realized that I completely designed this for 2-page view, like an idiot.
Oh, can I? How do I do the thing?
It's not an entirely wrong statement, though. I just want to go on the record.
No, that's what I'm telling him. He's not wrong. He's brave for saying it.
Okay, good. Just
Unless he's
making
gonna
sure.
get clipped.
But if you scroll down a little bit further, you see that we've listed out a little bit more of the places that you can go, a little
Ooh.
bit more information on the 5 known locations, at least.
Ooh, 5?
Yeah. Arcanum, the Galvanized Bastion, Oakhaven, Candace, the Dead Blue, and Ilios. It's just the 5 places you know. It gives you a little bit more history on each of them. And then I kind of include the actual map of the game,
Ooh.
which is a tiny little hint to the actual map of the game. You guys have seen it. That map was a pain in the ass to make, but it taught me how to use a lot of map making tools. So
Hell yeah.
and then the thing that I really wanted to get to was the Voyager, because we finally listed out the actual stats, what they do, and the actual skills of the game.
Ooh.
And then the last thing would be preview of the new, I guess, pseudo system, I guess you could call it. It'll explain itself when we get down to the Voyagers, and that'll be the last part.
Okay.
But we'll start with the stats. And here's the thing about stats in Cardna. I don't have stat bonuses. Stat bonuses to me, aka your stats provide you bonuses to your skills, because combined they form your skills. And they provide you other ability and certain thresholds that you're going to enjoy. They're not modifiable by normal means or human means. And outside of your birth sign being the only real modification you ever get at character creation, they're really not touched. However, they do have purpose. And I kind of enjoyed the idea of rolling under stats. So your stats and your skills are all roll unders. They're thresholds to be within. So a high threshold, aka a high number, just gives you more comfort in what you're rolling. Whereas a low threshold doesn't mean you're dead. It just means that you're kind of hoping the roll low. But there's 5 stats: strength, talent, mind, fortitude, and luck. Strength is pretty straightforward. The more strength you have, the harder you hit. It does allow you to scale up in your damage die for your melee weapons eventually. Talent being for your ranged attacks. Mind being for anything magical. Fortitude being your constitution, not a dumb stat. It does provide some benefit on character creation to have a high fortitude, but
Yeah, I mean, not dying is kind of a
You
big
know,
thing.
tanks,
It
it's
is.
super important for your tanks to have a lot of that.
it is. But Speedy, one stat that I think you're gonna really enjoy by the time we get through this is luck. Um, so
Now, why would you say that?
so I am now using a 1d6 for everything else.
Ooh.
So attacking something is either a d6, a d8, or a d12, and it's a success range.
Interesting.
Your abilities will augment that success range, giving you benefits and bonuses, sometimes just making it so that you always hit. Think about it. If you have a +2 on a d8 to hit something, and success is a 4 to 8, well, you really just need a 2 or higher, and you're always hitting something.
Hmm.
So that's the way it kind of plays into things now.
Interesting.
You'll see in the mechanics section when in the full manual. However, luck plays into 2 very important stats. Your coax stat, aka your ability to convince people of things, and your adrenal stat, aka your ability to overcome things in a pinch.
Hmm.
And we're gonna
Makes
get to skills in Okami if you don't mind starting us off on
Sure.
skills.
Would you like me to read the top or just go through the skills?
Just go through the skills.
All right. Adrenal, an explosion of physical force is sometimes needed to survive. Adrenal is used for clearing debris and collapsing ruins, leaping across chasms, and feats of athleticism driven by pure adrenaline. Salvage. Oh, no, go. Yeah.
No, my bad.
Say salvage. Though most consider junk worthless, those who perfect this skill can find diamonds in clear streams. Salvage is used to extract valuable scrap from heavy wreckage and utilize items thought broken in unique ways. That's dope.
Yeah, salvage is tied to the 12th, which is essentially a beggar who knows how to survive. There's a beggar who knows how to survive and a person who's decided to live on the outskirts. Those are the 2 last classes. They're disconnected from the Tenzin completely, but they exist as Voyagers.
Hmm.
They're actually introduced in this as the closing out for the classes because I decided I needed to fill out something else. And they are very good at salvaging. Very, very good at salvaging.
Okay.
Very, very good, you say?
Yes.
Do they only find diamonds in the rough?
They might find Grandpappy's hand grenade.
Oh my god.
No, Grandpappy. Grandpappy stayed home today.
That will make sense to many of you soon enough.
No, it won't, because everyone in the Discord or in this channel needs to understand that Shin somehow always has a cursed grandpappy of some sort.
It's Club's fault.
Don't be blaming him.
Yeah, Sidon.
I started it.
Yeah, that started it.
Oh
You
man.
started something that can never be undone.
I got
Always-
one. I got one cursed Grandpappy, and that was it.
Oh man. Well, I'm sorry.
No, never.
Don't be
never
sorry. That's
apologize.
fantastic.
Never be sorry for quality content.
For starting the trope.
For starting the trope.
It's just
You're a trendsetter.
utterly hilarious to me.
Speedy, you might want a good tumble though.
Do I?
Oop.
We'll find out.
A good what?
A good tumble. Because a fool can walk like any other drunkard, yet to obtain true mastery over equilibrium is a work of art. Tumble is used to perform unique feats of acrobatics, evade obstacles, and mitigate fall damage.
Am I a monk?
You could be. And most of the other skills haven't changed, but the other big skill changes that have been added specifically are digest, which is essentially your ability to eat anything and consume things you find in the wild without knowing anything about it.
Oh.
You pick up a potion and you drink it. It heals you. But maybe it's been sitting in some mud and some sludge and you didn't wash it off. That might make you sick to your stomach. Or maybe you found some rations that aren't natural. Certain things could mess with your digestion.
When you say natural,
Yeah. That's a very big word.
what qualifies as natural in Cardna?
You'll find out.
I don't
You'll find out the old-fashioned way.
I don't want to do the fuck around find out method.
And then the last new skill is coaxing. Coax is essentially your ability to persuade people.
Now, see, that I can get behind.
So the thing is, there's two stats that are the combination of three stats specifically. Coax is one of them, adrenal is the other. And coax is essentially your mind, your talent. I know it's your mind, your talent, and your luck. Actually, yeah. How skillful are you? What is your body language good? And are you lucky enough to get through this conversation? Coaxing will let you get more out of things, but also work out deals in places you may not know. And that becomes important for the last thing that I'm going to show off tonight. The last 4 pages of this, which are the new Voyager pages.
Ooh.
Your abilities have changed names. They're not just called attack, reaction, so on and so forth. They're now known as your right, your counter, your intuition, your expertise, and your covenant. Each representing the same ideologies of covenant being your special, your right being an attack, your counter being your reaction, intuition being your sense, and expertise being your knowledge skills. But I've kind of given you now hard limits on them.
Interesting.
Your attack ability. Uh-oh. I'm scared.
He knows what he's about.
I do. Listen.
Nope. Come back.
You guys will be okay. One big thing that you guys are going to note is the mention of chaos. Chaos is in everything you do.
Oh boy.
Everything draws from chaos. Because the world runs on chaos. Everything's topsy-turvy. Think about it. You guys have constantly asked when you played Cardna, how is the moon gone and everybody's still here? Chaos took over. Your world is in chaos. And as such, everything you do draws from chaos. That's why your abilities can fail. That's why things that you think should be guaranteed have a chance to not happen, because you're always playing with fate. That's why all of your abilities have a chance to fail. On a 4 to 6, your abilities always go off. On a 1 to 3, they fail. Pretty straightforward. You can adjust that as you rank up, eventually making it so that your abilities go off on a 3 to 6. But when you first start off, you're a fledgling. It's your first mission. You've never done this before. You're fresh out the academy. You're test running all of your abilities. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing we want to talk about today first is the vocation. Speedy, could you read the vocation?
I suppose I can. Is the stream on the correct page?
Now it is.
Give it a second, because I'm gonna read it on my thing real. Okay, now it's not loading. There we go. What page are we on?
19.
Vocation 19.
19. Oh, why is this so zoomed in? There. God. My computer's fighting me. Anyway, vocation. There may come a time in your travels where you may seek strength beyond what you are. Perhaps your time on the sea has made you a sharper gunslinger, or ever the bit more roguish in your exploits. It is the divergence in fate that determines many Voyagers' true journey. This alteration of self is known as a vocation. As you travel, you may
B.
Yeah,
It was late. It was
it was
late.
late.
It's all gravy.
Granted opportunities to expand your horizons. Listen, honestly, when I'm done with this paragraph, I have an idea for you. You may be granted opportunities to expand your horizons and alter your resolve by individuals known as Meisters. Was it Soul Eater? While at first they will only grant odd bonuses or information, upon reaching rank 4, their purpose in guiding your destiny can be actualized through unique training. These changes are optional and only provide benefit in an unchanging world. The requirement beyond introduction, however, may sometimes be worth far more than their reward. You should make the spelling errors intentional, that they spell out a secret message for those maddening enough to go through and look for all of them.
That would be maddening for me to go through and do.
Your entire thing is based on madness, and you sound like you won't do it anyway.
I don't like that I grabbed the Umbral Dragon to put him in the box, and that's what you said, and I was like, did you do this? Is this your fault?
Is it your fault?
Uh,
Maybe it is.
Okami, you're an inquisitor.
That's me, Bandorado Desperado.
Inquisitor.
So, most of your abilities are the same. In fact, nothing's actually changed for any of your abilities. Your Justicar's Right is now a little bit more fierce. It can now deal 3 times more. It still deals 3 times the damage on the undead. Your Heretic Stench can now definitely sense the undead, but if you manage to pull it off in combat, you can cause holy damage.
Ooh.
Oh.
But most importantly, you now have a new knowledge ability, the Archive of Arms. You're determined to not let your years spent in the barracks under your commander go to waste. Instilled in you a belief that a soldier never lets their blade go dull, and forgotten survival practices. You're capable of crafting simple weapons, ammunition, and repairing armor using ancient smithing techniques. You must have the material, and you can't create more than 150 gold worth of items in a day. So essentially, when your downtime is up, you could repair stuff.
Oh.
Interesting.
You could make our buddy here some bullets. He can make his own special bullets, but you could do a little bit.
I can make you not good bullets.
Yeah.
Any bullet you give me is a good bullet, my man.
Oh.
But you're going to see on the right side, Okami, these are your vocations. One, I think you're going to gravitate towards. The other, I think, maybe not.
Oh.
Which one would you like to read?
I think I'm going to stick with Banneret, though I'm not going to lie, Archon seems pretty good. I think I'm going to go Banneret. Part of you always knew the stories told to you meant more than it did to most. You swore to stand as more than just an archive of the past, but as the embodiment of legend. You'll leave no soul behind, no moment forgotten, and you should be heard throughout the cosmos. Ooh. I got a new right. Champion's Cry. Your sword arm pales in comparison to your voice and presence on the battlefield. When making a successful melee attack, you may inspire allies within 15 feet, granting +5 AR and heal 1d10 stress at the start of your next turn. Ooh.
You essentially become a walking stress relief. You're like walking aromatherapy almost, in a weird way.
Aww.
Interesting.
Don't worry, Speedy. You're gonna read the next one, the following Voyager, and I think you'll
Am
know
I
which one you want.
Am I being typecast again?
No.
I think you're just being you cast.
Yeah.
The tracker is
What?
Oh, boy.
Keep going, Okami. You're almost done.
Paragon's voice. You do not just recall the tales of legend past. You call them from the echoes of history, granting you advantage when rolling your trials. In addition, on a 6, new effects are granted to your tales. Ooh, okay.
You
Like
also
you
get
can crit
6
your
new
tail.
tail. You
Oh,
also get
hell
6
yeah.
new. Uh-huh.
Then the Temper of Ias. You did not train all this time to let a comrade fall on your watch. You've become a monument to legends past, and their tales have forged your fervor. When using your reaction, instead have all damage to allies for a turn, taking half as stress. Ooh.
Basically, you just yell out and everything hits you, no matter how many instances of damage happen. You want to tank the whole wave of damage? Be my guest. The Archon, on the other
Bring
hand, is
it
a little bit
on.
more. The Archon's a little bit more of a beat stick and your paladin style class,
Mm.
trading in the inspiring more of your smite effects, really focusing on purging the undead and the inhuman in the world, and eventually being able to brandish the weapons that they can carve. They can create any martial weapon and brand them with their Tenzin permanently, causing additional 2d6 elemental damage.
Ooh.
Interesting.
But my good friend Speedy, the tracker who you ever so elegantly have chosen.
Have I? Okay.
Well, you did. That's what you chose in Cardna. That's what you
I
are.
know. It's true.
But Clubs, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Would you mind doing a reading for me? Would you mind reading the Maverick? And would you tell me if that is
I'm on the
interesting?
wrong page. Boom.
It is partly inspired by reading some Lonesome Dove.
Oh
I
no.
thought it was going to be based on a certain thing I may have done to our friends.
What did you do?
Let me get the Maverick here.
Yep, it's the last page.
Last page
The
on
last
the left.
page.
Yeah, just about the last page on the oh.
Okay. Failure was never a thought in your mind as you felt kissed by Lady Luck herself. However, that concord may have other repercussions. While you faced worse odds and always been the victor, so it's a little double or nothing. Special Railroad Bible, new attack, Liar's Dice. You have always had the devil's luck, and now that fate is a roulette you are willing to spin. Once per turn, you may declare a shot as odd or even. On a success, roll 3 times damage and note the dominant number of odd and even results. If correct, deal 3 times number shown, but 0 on a fail.
Ooh.
So basically, you're just gonna roll a bunch of dice. But Liar's Dice is essentially a game of odds and evens. So play Liar's Dice at the table, sweet.
You're telling
All
me
right.
to gamble my life away?
Yeah.
Damn it, you know I will.
Wrist gaff. Let me see. You long since traded in messy powders and pouches for a good drink and nice tailored cuffs. Now, should you need to avoid being assailed after writing a promissory you cannot cash, your flash gaff will help. On a success, your wrist fires dust, diverting a single instance of damage into a miss, but your luck is fickle.
So one time get out of jail free card.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Deadeye, you are not just a
Look
trained
at that.
marksman. You have the devil's eyes, they swear. Once you have struck them with a shot, you will not escape. They will not escape you, granting you superior tracking for 7 days until the target makes a luck save or meets a fate unexpected. You gain
7 days.
you gain 2 times advantage on a success.
God damn.
You're hunting them. You listen. Back in the Wild West, you'd ride for days looking for somebody.
Why? Why must you bring my love of the
Yeehaw.
yeehaw into this?
Dude, you will come up with reasons to track people.
You will.
Shush.
You will. You will.
Damn it.
The
Damn
other
it all.
side, the other side of the tracker now though is the survivalist, and essentially it's super survival man. You gain the ability to make better traps. You gain 6 new traps to play around with, and most of the traps now extend your ability to stay outside and live out in the wild. But on top of it, you have a lot more fun. Your shrapnel, aka your flash powder, becomes literal blinding shrapnel, and your ability to change things is now known as your ability to set up traps is known as a killing field. Essentially, you can set up and deploy 3 traps at once within 50 feet of where you are. With 10 minutes of preparation, that's how many you can set up. That's kind of scary if you want to think about it technically. That gives you time to set up an ambush if you really wanted to. But one thing that I will note is that at the top of each of these, you'll notice that I wrote a new special. Your special augments. So for the banneret, you remain with your Trials of the Paragon, but for a Maverick, you lose all of your your tools of the trade, and literally gain a deck of cards. And you just play poker. Each hand that you draw each day gives you a different benefit. I literally wrote it out of the table because that was what I decided was going to be the change. Each of the classes has a different variation like this. This is the big change to Cardna. So the Maestro, which one of the Resident Bard is playing, is going to probably pick the Pokemon style path where he can evolve.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If, anyone wanted to, they could probably sacrifice their pawn in a weird way to get JoJo-like powers. And even our freebooter, they could go more pirate than bard, but they're probably going to go more water druid than anything else. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And the last 2 classes, well, they kind of advance off into weird things. To best explain it, even though their class pages aren't done, I can explain to you guys the last 2 classes, which is my last piece before I pass it off to the Buck, which are the Vagabond and the Exile. The Vagabond is a beggar, but they chose to exist this way. They failed out, and they don't want to be a nomad, but they don't necessarily want to live off the grid. So they've decided, hey, I'll work for the throne somehow as like a work stay program. And time on the sea will help them remember exactly who they are. They kind of act like an alcoholic drunk. Think like your very classic, like, why did you pick this class kind of class, but not intentionally bad, but built around the idea of luck all around the board. Your effects are mixed, but you're a survival class through and through. And that's the other thing about the Exile, which is a class that exists of a character who decided they're coming from the wilds. They've been captured, and they weren't turned into a condemned, but they were trapped in jail. These people are free. Well, what do you do when you're free, but you don't really have anywhere to go? You kind of end up in a different kind of work study program. That's what the last 2 classes are. These classes that kind of ended up working for the throne, but have their own ulterior motives. And their expansions expand on that idea and some other things that are interesting in the game that have been added. but I expect to have this edited with proofread. I've sent it off now, so I expect my proofreaders to proofreading and providing them the bigger document for proofreading, so that October 31st we can put it up on the Patreon for people to have.
Is this your whole? Oh my God, that's adorable.
Halloween will be the 3-year anniversary of Cardna, so for its 3rd year anniversary, let's put up an actual document.
Oh my
I
God.
love this.
So look out.
Alas, fellas, need to head away to do some dishes before bed. It was fun, friendos.
It's always fun.
Enjoy your big bottom girls. Peace.
Take care.
For clubs, I passed the buck.
Yeah, what do you want to share with us today?
So, did I ever? I feel like in a different show and tell, I might have already done this. Now that I said I had it.
Is it the planes as they're shown in Mystara?
Okay, good. It's like what I use on my own back end for like party
Ooh.
reputation or like fame. Can I
No.
do that?
Show us.
Ooh, I gotta see this.
It's like
Is this
stolen
is this
from lots of places.
is this like a peek behind the veil?
It kind of. I mean, it hasn't come into play.
Ah, I'm even more scared now.
I want to see. Oh.
I just gotta export it. I'm sorry, I'm not ready for you guys. Hold on.
Don't worry about it. 5 minutes before I was supposed to set up the stream, I dropped that big box of dragons, and then my brother called me. Like as I was walking over, like when you expect to see everything broken, and you're walking like so slow because once you turn the corner, you're gonna be like, family's calling me while I'm like walking into the room, like everything's gonna be broken today. It's not a day for me, so don't worry about it.
Ooh.
Oh, let me see. Actually, can I just do... Sorry, I know this is going to be weird for the stream. Give me 1 sec. Boop, there we go. Haha. Ooh.
I love this.
I'm going to change this to some...
Oh, we must. Just reading this close, I feel like our party must live in one of these.
Well, so that's really interesting because part of this, like, it doesn't state this because this is my own stuff, right? I'm not printing this or publishing this for other people, but we use something in our game that is player facing that has to do with like quote unquote when adventures are completed. You guys have adventure rank, right? And when an adventure is completed, that goes down. But I don't consider the same thing on my end an adventure.
Oh.
I will, like, the party is level 2. So if the party's like, we're going to go into this Minotaur labyrinth and deal with the Minotaur, and they get some treasure, it's harrowing, that's an adventure, right? That sounds like an adventure. But on my back end, when I'm talking about infamy and reputation, it's not going to be something like that. It's going to be like the whole dungeon that includes the Minotaur labyrinth. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not... I don't know how to explain this without just going through the whole freaking adventure rank system too, which isn't on here. But
Hey. That sounds like next show and tell.
yeah. Basically, just to sum it up, my players earn experience, but they also have to, when they get to their max experience points for their level, right, and they earn enough to level up, they actually have to train, take downtime off, go train. It costs them, money to get what they need to train, depending on their class. But also they need to pay for like their lodging and their food and all that stuff, and all this money gets wrapped up in the price, the training cost, and it takes them a few weeks and hundreds of gold, and they train. And they come back with their level. But how long it takes to train depends on their adventure rank, and they start at a high adventure rank, which means it'll take a long amount of weeks to train, and each adventure they complete, it goes down till they get to adventure rank 1, and that is the lowest amount of weeks. So leveling up doesn't just happen when you hit a certain amount of experience. You have to like take the time off and train and reflect on it, and you can have a mentor and shit like that. Anyway, that is unrelated to this. When I say you get reputation points for completing an adventure, just note that it's different adventure. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So to move past that, reputation points. Reputation points, they're a measure of, the fame or infamy of a particular party, depending on how much adventuring they've done, and it's usually hyper local. So a party, even though it's hyper local, it's not like you have to count fame level or I'm sorry, reputation level or adventure reputation. Sorry, I can't even talk. Reputation level or reputation points, like for different locales, it's all the same total of points. But by doing an adventure in that location, it now affects that location too. So anyway, the real meat and potatoes here is that how do you award these reputation points? Well, it depends on either the scope or the significance of the adventure, right? And the scope is like, how much does it affect, or how far away did you have to go? Like, did it involve an adventure where you had to start in New York and end up in California and adventure the entire way through? Well, that is not a local adventure, right? That is a fucking kingdom-wide adventure or whatever it is. Kingdom spanning or multiple kingdom spanning. That could even be a global scope in some way, depending on how you rationalize it. So that could be like +3 reputation points, and very low values of reputation points, because these are big adventures we're talking here. This is like not just one floor of a dungeon clearing. This is clearing the entire dungeon type shit. This is how you get famous, right? So that's what I was trying to say before. So anyway, local scope or helpful significance, you can earn 1 reputation point. Regional scope or heroic significance, +2 reputation point. And global scope or epic significance, that's +3. And you're, over the course of 10 levels, 5 to 10 levels, you can see how maybe you'd get doing one of those big adventures, you do 1 a level, so you're really not gaining a lot of these, right? So this table doesn't need to go very high, but the next thing is the party reputation level table, and it essentially talks about the little minor benefits that the party gets just to like drive the point home that they're being known. So you could see that like at 0, the party is unknown and just goes unrecognized, but at 1 to 2 reputation level, they get recognized. So people know who they are now, and it's just a mechanical sort of clock that ticks up and gains them more stuff depending on how much reputation they have. 3 to 5 is, an occasional round, right? They already know who they are. Now they're buying them rounds because they're local adventurers. 6 to 8 They might get a title, right? The party gains a title from the people. They can name themselves whatever they want, but the party then gets and that's like the referee comes up with like something based on their most well-known adventure, right? Yeah, the it's like Butcher of Blaviken type stuff. Anyway, and that just goes on. Bards will sing songs and everything, blah, blah. Then there's infamy. So it's not a very complicated system, but if you fuck shit up, if you do bad stuff, depending on the settlement you're in, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because I can't be like, here's the laws because I don't know what your shit is, right? And I don't know what settlement the party will be in and like what those laws will be. But let's say acts of lawlessness, indecency that are people find out about, they're made public. Depending on the seriousness, that's a loss of 1 to 3.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Club. I'm pretty sure our party is infamous for the amount of retainers that don't come back.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things here. Like, negative reputation levels are tracked. If you end up in the negatives, well, then you might get refused like lodging at an inn or service at a tavern, or the hirelings there will just flat out refuse, right? Like stuff like that. If it gets really bad, maybe even where we have a bounty, right?
I hope we never get a bounty.
Yeah, there's also an influence check, and an influence check, like you saw how small these numbers are, but it's D100 roll under. So you're probably like, you'll always fail, right? It's like I have to be level 10 to get a quarter chance on this, 25% chance basically. But essentially, if you ever need to check to see, does anyone know them? Does their reputation or infamy supersede them here in any sort of way? You can, you just roll the same thing, just negative if it's a negative one. But you roll under. If it rolls under their level, D100 under their level, then they're recognized and all this stuff matters. And if not, they're not. But if the party is in a area, sorry, I'm just like ranting. If the party is in the area local to a successful adventure, then you have the result. So this will become twice as often, right, of an occurrence for this to happen.
I see what you're saying now.
Yeah. So being local,
the scale shrinks. Well, I guess like the threshold shrinks, so their chances of being recognized increase because they're not against such a big swath. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And it's and it's per person too. So if you're like, maybe you say, there's like 30 people in the tavern. I know this sucks, but you could just roll it 30 times, right? One person's bound to know they're local, so then you're having all the results.
I gotcha.
So I have to get 5 on a D100, but there's 30 people in here, and I'm just gonna roll it real quick, right? Dun 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 dun. Nope, no one recognizes you guys, or it's local, so let me have them all. Yep, 2 people do. Now this whole thing starts. So you could do that. But then I also have something called the Adventurers Club that kind of feeds into this, because you need to be of a certain level and have a certain reputation level in order to join the Adventurers Club. This is the only part that gets really specific for my game, because it talks about like who hosts the Adventurers Club, and it's not going to be in your game, right? But essentially, you get to a certain level, you get to a certain reputation level, and you're invited to a tournament. I don't describe the tournament here because this is not described there either. It's up to you, man. It's like whatever kind of tournament you want for your... It's not even to the death. It's straight up just like a show-offy tournament. It's like, do you want to have an Olympics? Do you want to have a fucking battle royale, not to the death? It's just like fun with like magical healers. It's a giant royal tournament that is held every year. So it's like as high magic as it kind of gets, or if you want it to be. but you get a few like membership benefits that are sort of very mundane for what you have to do, and it's like free lodging, and you have to take on quests, and if the king or queen ever fucking ask you to do something, you like basically have to do it. But the king and queen are the people who win the tournament, so that's always an option too if you join the tournament.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so this is sort of just
Oh.
like this is
But
sort of
that's an
something
interesting narrative push too.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
kind of builds this narrative push of like, hey, don't you want to team up with royalty because like they're gonna give you the best deal.
Mhm. I just think like if you're gonna be running this like world hopping game, right? Then having each section of the world have its own little mini games and mechanical bits and like things that the players could invest in, because ultimately I'm running a game in which I want the players to be doing what they want to be doing. So if they're like the idea, if someone thinks the idea of getting famous and going into a royal tournament of adventure, like adventurers fighting each other to earn a spot in an adventurers club in which they get royal missions given to them by this king and queen, like then that's what they could do. If they want to become bounty hunters, they could do that too, but that's just not this piece of paper, you know, like
Yeah.
so this is just like, I don't know, to describe, it's like, you know how in like Grand Theft Auto you can go play a mini game or whatever. This is one of those mini games that you could stick in a world. You just got to change the name of the kingdom and some other crap about it. Because I have like a adventurer centric sort of world in a like, you know, XP is from gold and treasures and stuff like that. You don't get experience from fighting monsters. So anyone in the world that has experience has, or power at all, has amassed it through amassing
That is very interesting.
like, you know, finding treasure or amassing power and wealth, or you know what I mean? So the characters that the players play in my world are people who decide to do that via adventuring. So everything's going to be adventuring centric.
The way you just described, where like you need the gold to level up, like you don't get it from killing monsters. We in my campaign, one of our players was like, "Hey, the fight club," because we just went to a fight. They just went to a fight club in Waterdeep. There's obviously the yawning portal, but their idea of fight club is literally fall in the hole. They blow a whistle. Whatever creature comes through the hole, you fight it. And sometimes you meet a little guy. Sometimes a big guy comes out. So, like, if you want to fight to the death, that's where you go. But they found another fight club that I don't think exists in the current timeline, whatever, but I had it exist, where you don't fight to the death. It's betting. You fight to see who will win. Like, no one is supposed to die in this arena. You can totally cheat and do things from outside the arena, like we had our bard casting spells and what have you, and or giving inspiration to the people who were fighting in the arena. But like one of our players, Jack DT, he was like, "Hey, so if we kill people, can we get experience? Like I want to go to a fight club where you kill people and get experience." It's like they didn't get experience for the fight that they were in. But he was like, "Where's the one that I want?" And Bella Vigeria sends me a message. She's like, "Do you see why XP is bad for your games? Because then you have people asking, how many things can I kill to get this much XP?" I was like,
It depends on the game, man. Like some people like that. If you're running a game where you're like fucking monster hunters or some shit, then why not, right?
Yeah.
It depends on...
It's the vibe of the game at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think that personally, it's not an incorrect statement what they said, because what you make award experience in your game is what your game is about. It is what you're telling your players you want them to go do. Make no illusions. what you award experience for is the clearest direction giving for the game. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you give experience for fighting monsters, you are saying this is an avenue to play this game. Fight monsters. If you give experience for saying, if you give experience for fucking hexes explored, then that's what the party's gonna do.
Mm.
Right? Then you're saying that's what the game is. The game is an exploration game. When they're like, wow.
Uh-oh.
Give us experience for hexes, why would we fight them?
Mm.
Or something similar. Like, I don't care if my players ever fight anything, although they think they have to fight everything. But
No. No.
Not everybody
no,
says DM shit.
No. That is false. I wholeheartedly believe we do not need to fight jack shit. First of all, I think we need to fight less things.
I think you need to fight less things too.
In my professional opinion, I wish we fought so much less.
That's a good opinion to have.
But somehow we find ourselves in the midst of some shit at all times. And I've kind of just come to understand that this is just our life. Like I don't fault any one person because we are a party. Thus we are a conglomerate of people. Thus we are multiple voices. However, our ability to listen to some voices is powerful. And our inability to listen to our own voices that say we shouldn't do this seem quite mute at times. And we find ourselves in battles that we win through the sheer fact that we have acquired certain objects that seem to work to our advantage more times than I think even you expect. Clubs?
I don't know. It depends. Like, I think that's the game. Like, I want you guys to be outsmarting shit and using the right tool at the right time. I mean, do I like that you guys have one tool that is the right tool for every time? Right now? No, but it's not for me to love.
Wait a minute. I'm curious which tool it is because
it's not for me to love.
I'm thinking of a couple of tools. Which tool do you not love?
The one tool I think that I have no problem with, but I could see becoming old pretty quick. It's not gonna be a problem, and I don't have a problem with it. The problem, the wand of paralysis.
Ooh.
You know why?
Why?
Because it's just like a skeleton key.
Ooh.
It's basically just like a one size fits all, like panic button, it'll always work sort of thing.
Oh, I gotcha.
Much rather it be like you guys have a way to wand of paralysis everything, but you need to figure out what that thing is every time. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, to have the one thing, and I don't have to worry about it because it has charges we're counting, right? Like,
no, I've been counting. I'm scared.
We have different numbers.
Oh fuck.
What?
Yeah, they said one time you weren't here and they were like, someone was like, this is the amount of charges it has left, and I was like, we have different numbers. They were like, oh shit. They were like, but I just checked his sheet, and I said, well, I'm telling you I have a different number.
They've been adjusting my sheet when I'm not there. Oh no. Oh God. So here's the thing, right? The problem with the wand. So here's my issue with the wand of paralysis. Because it's attached to my character. I
Does it
use
work?
it. I use it because I hope it will work in the situation because I understand its power. But I usually come back to it having been used every time. Like
What do you mean?
come back. I've come back, and I think one time Speedy was just like, "Yeah, we tried to use it like 3 times," and I was like, "What?"
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. There is like literally like before. Oh yeah. I get what you're saying. Yes, that is the skeleton key, dude. There was a time in which everyone was at the keep, and we sort of play a game where if you're not here, we'll leave you behind because we don't want to put your character in a harm's way. But your character tent pulled themselves out of being left behind ever. Like they were the best character because of the wand. So and like before that, even being able to talk to anyone because knowing any language was like we basically have to keep Caw with us at all times. Caw cannot like it sucks to say, but they have one character that they've left behind for 30 sessions because this one player hasn't been around, and it's not making any sort of impact. But Caw would have changed the game if he was left behind when Aaron wasn't there.
Oh, I gotcha.
And it's because Aaron, Caw is the only one that can use the wand, and also Caw has the fucking,
Like
language.
my
Gotcha.
character for combat is useful for everything non-combative. My character's use is good for stopping combat when it starts and before it starts.
Okay.
And now I've become a little bit more capable in combat as well, which I wanted to lean on more, but if I'm not there, I know they're going to absolutely lean on the fact that I've got this wand of paralysis, and I'm going to be zoop zoop, and I'm going to come back one week when I know I missed, and they're going to be like, by the way, it turned into dust, and I'm going to be like, what do you mean?
I don't know how a wand of paralysis works in any other edition of the game. All I know is that I basically roll one saving throw, and if the saving throw is a failure, then that character is paralyzed straight up for like an hour.
Oh!
And there's no rolls. A character, any PC that gets next to them doesn't have to make any rolls. They pull out a knife and slits their throat, kills them. That's it. Just freezy beesies. So it is amazing. And it shoots in a cone. It shoots a fucking 60-foot long cone. So like we're being extremely humble about this wand right now, actually, because this wand burrowed through the last encounter they had, just chunking through whole fucking rooms of people, just like blam.
Yeah, I think I took out like 11 or 12 enemies.
Holy
Like,
crap.
They're fighting like 24.
We fought, like 6 of us fought 24 enemies that are way above us, and I just straight came in and just said,
just like sneezed out a 60-foot cone and shotgun blasted everyone just to sleep with their eyes open, staring at the knives coming down towards their throats. And
wait, it's
awesome.
a cone? It's
a cone.
Oh my god.
Cone.
I thought it was just like the
long.
green beam.
No, 60-foot long, 30 feet wide.
Oh my god.
Dude,
Of
it's
paralysis.
insane. He basically was like down like a 10 feet hall and pointed it into a room, and there was a whole bunch of enemies in the hall and in the room, and he was just like,
I pretty much just I walk into the entrance of a room. I yell, "Did you pray today?" And I just fire.
yeah. And there is like moments in which I'm like, this is why it's okay, because honestly, the first or second or third time the wand got used, it was against a giant snake, like a 20-foot long snake, and maybe like a 15-foot long snake. Sorry, and he was like, Call used the wand and it saved. He used the wand again, saved. Like used the wand again, got it. And so it took 3 rounds and 3 charges, and it does have a finite amount of charges. So, you know, you're just like, I'm glad you guys survived the 3 rounds to get it off. It's still tense, you know, like I don't hate it, but it is like, even compared to the staff of healing, because the staff of healing is fucking bonkers too. It can cast like cure wounds or like lesser healing or whatever it's called in your system once per person per day.
Oh.
So everyone gets a free heal, and that doesn't sound like a lot. It just sounds like a nice, cute little thing. But again, in the edition we play, you gain 1 HP at night, and you gain 1d3 if you take the entire day off to rest. So it takes time for you to regain your hit points, and we aren't really getting a lot of potions and other magic spells at low levels. The level 2 cleric can only cast heal once per day. That's their only spell. So if 2 people got hurt on a dungeon delve, it was like, we have to go back to town. If we stay here, then one of the hurt people might die, and we have to go back to town. So now it extends the like wick. You know, like the wick is lit every time you walk into the dungeon, and something's gonna explode at some point. But being able to heal each person once is just like, oh, like, okay, well, now we healed you. You got to stay out of the front line today.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you know, and you can kind of, I mean, they have a fucking Ryan's character has 3 HP, so he's not fucking gonna take any hits at all. But
He's not meant for combat.
The way that you describe that makes, so there's a feat in 5e, I forgot what it's called. It's not doctor, it's something like that. But anyway, usually a medicine kit has 10 uses and it just stabilizes someone so you don't have to make a medicine roll. But this feat lets you use those 10 uses, each one of them is a heal, but you can only use it on a particular character once per day. And I've always thought, like, I understand, like, balancing wise, but I also think it might be like an homage to that staff.
oh, maybe.
And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute, actually. You made that pretty cute. I used to, my monk in DM Bacon's campaign, that was the feat that I got. And being like a weird ox healer, but it sort of made sense for the monk that I was astral self. And I was always meditating, so I was like healing people with my ki. But you made that item, that feat super cute. It has like a vestigial like nostalgia factor for something I wasn't even a part of.
Yeah, there you go.
I learned something new today.
So, question for you. Based on the reputation system, right? Could the staff of healing garner us more favor back?
What do you mean?
Like in a previous life, the staff of healing was used to heal the masses.
Yeah. So that would be a great thing. Like once the party reaches party reputation level 2 or 1 or 2, right? Then the party is recognized. So that could be one thing that gets added in there. Like now that the party is recognized, they go, oh, that must be the staff that this, that, and the other, right? Like now you can weave that in there for sure.
Okay. Good to know.
Being recognized is fairly open-ended here, at least.
I have plans to stay alive and get recognized.
I mean,
maybe even get a wand of paralysis. Maybe I'll find a staff of paralysis.
Dude, I mean, it's a very low magic item campaign so far, but they have a job, like a mission.
Oh.
That they've been given, and the reward for the mission is like a necklace of fireballs.
Oh, hell yeah.
What?
Yeah, helping the gnomes, they have a necklace of fireballs with I think 20 or 17 fireballs on it.
I know.
Oh my god.
And they need 10. I think it has 17, and they need 10 to fill up their gas tank to fly home, because that's literally how it runs. And they'll give the party the remaining 7 or whatever charges.
Wait. So you're telling me
You have his attention.
Yeah.
I could just ball out
With a necklace
on
of fireballs.
fireballs. I can't have a wand of paralysis and a necklace of fireballs. You know that, right?
I mean,
You know I'm going to get more
you can't at this rate.
You know I'm going to get more ignorant.
I don't mind the ignorance.
No, I'm warning you right now. The ignorance factor will be through the roof.
I mean, that's okay. Why would I care?
Folks, you heard it here first.
I'm the referee. Do you know what that means?
I know.
I'm the only audience member you have. Like, I want to.
I'm the only person who knows what you do in the dark.
Yeah. I want to watch you do the cool shit. That's why I set up such crazy shit for you guys. Because I want to see you do the cool shit.
Dude, you just drop bangers every time you show up, okay?
That's what he does.
That is... dude. How do you keep doing this?
That's what he does.
I don't know. I want you guys to do all the cool things, man.
I do.
I want you to have the necklace of fireballs and the wand of paralysis and the staff of healing, and everyone has fucking magic armor now. Like, let's fucking go. Let's get some. I feel the momentum like I've never felt the momentum.
Oh.
I don't even prep. I don't even spend a moment on. You know what I do? I'm like, what the fuck quote can I put for this Discord event for this session?
No, the quotes be on point. I'm not even gonna lie.
I literally I don't even. It's running itself at this point. Like, I don't even prep.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. Like, you guys are in this moat house right now. I prepped the moat house an age ago. I prepped the moat house during the gold rush, like in San Francisco. Like, I have it. It's dusty. So, like, you guys are still just doing this.
DM Bacon hasn't been... He's had other stuff to worry about. So, like, he hasn't been to a full session, not even digitally, in like 6 months. And so we said, hey, you can do whatever you think your character was doing, because we've had them around, but like we haven't gone out of our way to let Bacon's character do anything, because we're like, he's a very important point in his story and everything's important for him. We're like, we don't want to mess this up, but we can't just like leave him somewhere. It wouldn't make sense. So he's there, and we're like, okay, fill in the blanks. Whatever you want to say your character did, we'll do that. And because Bacon is who Bacon is as a person, he was just like, what did you guys want to do while you were hanging out with my character? And I didn't have to do any prep at all for our D&D Versary section because it was just, oh, how if we had like time off during the day, can we have done this on some of them past days? And I was like, okay. And it was like 12 hours of real life time, them just being like, this is what I did in my downtime on such and such day. I was like, that's nice. I don't have to write no notes for nothing.
Dude, that's another thing. I've said that before though, that I think like the best parts of the session are when I don't have to talk. Like when the game is running itself and I don't have to talk is the like the flow state, but it's cheating because the other people flowing for you. You know what I mean?
The flow state is great.
Other people take the flow over.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's still the flow.
And you're right. At the beginning, I don't know how many times it's happened, but I will say during the last session, they just like listened to two NPCs having a conversation. So I was just talking to myself in two different voices for like 7 minutes, and none of them would interject. And I was like, please release me from my prison.
Yeah. I know, literally the line before I realize I have to talk to myself as two NPCs, I have a like my subconscious is like, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like no, my subconscious is straight up like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this.
It's the worst feeling in the world having to narrate two different people talking to yourself.
Dude, it's the stupidest thing ever. I do not like it.
The best part is your players will sit there and just stare at you.
Yep.
Dude,
they just stare at you and they're just like, wow.
What could you do in that situation? You're witnessing a person break down in front of you. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely
do you know what?
You're witnessing a massacre in real time. Like,
I'm sure you guys have your own ways of dealing with that, but I only have one way, and it's to pull the eject button, like lever immediately, and it's to go, basically, they talk about this, and this is what, like, and I have to sum it up immediately. And I go, does anyone have any questions for either of them? Okay, no, they fucking flee apart from each other. One goes and stands in the blue room over there, and the other goes and stands in the red room over there. Which room are you guys going to want? Like, I really fucking realize I fuck up so hard when I put two NPCs. Like, I mean, obviously it happens sometimes. You're at a banquet, you're at something, so it's not like I'm always like, oh, I fucked up, I put these people together. But having people talk to each other, literally, there's no clearer indication that I fucked up as a referee than when I have to talk to myself as two fucking NPCs.
You know, it drives me crazy because, like, I'll use Cardna for example. There was a couple of moments in the first session I had with them where I was like, oh, I have to explain things to them as me, to other people in the room as myself. Fuck, why did I write this way? Like, why did I make this so I've ruined this. And they just, and like, I know that they're listening, but it's like, I've just given myself a 15-minute monologue.
Yeah.
And then I have to go, all right, guys, so what do you do? Like, I've lost myself in trying to play myself twice.
Yeah, you know, there's like the fucking memes that it's like, or not memes as like jokes, but I mean like as in the things that people talk about all the time over and over again the same way, as like bonding statements. And there's one that is like I mean like the literal definition of meme. That there's like you know like horny bard and stuff like that. Oh shit, now I forgot the meme that we were just talking about.
I don't know how to help you with that one.
Yeah,
shit, we were just talking about it. God damn it.
Talking to yourself, is that involved?
Yes.
Okay,
oh,
okay.
Yes. But it was something Aaron just said.
Oh, the 15 minutes and then getting back to like remembering the story. Like fuck, I forgot where I was because I just spent 15 minutes talking to myself.
Oh, I
That's
think
the
so.
last thing. That's the last thing I think I said. Don't remember.
Oh, monologue. Oh,
Monologuing,
there you
yes.
go. Okay,
Oh my
sorry, I
God.
recovered. So there's that like common sentiment, let's call it, that it's like, how do I get my players to stop interrupting my monologue? And it's like, you're asking the wrong fucking
Yeah.
question. And
Yes.
you're asking the total wrong question. The question is, how do I stop fucking monologuing at my players?
Yes.
That should be the question you ask.
Yes.
The question is, my brain won't stop letting me, won't stop making me fucking monologue at my players. I guess I really want to be a player and not the referee.
I keep writing these long-winded speeches,
Do
and the
not.
players just sit there and stare. What am I doing wrong?
You want to hear?
writing the long speech?
Do you want to hear an interesting take that you
Yes.
probably haven't heard before?
I'm curious.
Yes.
Writing any lines of dialogue whatsoever as prep is the realm of players and not the referee.
Ooh.
The players, I think it's cool for the players to quote unquote say lines and quote unquote have lines. I think it's cool if the players, I mean, I don't do this, but if the players have a spot on their sheet to have common phrases that their character uses a lot, that's the kind of shit that I want to see. I don't want to write, I mean, honestly, NPCs are the weakest part of my referee game, but I do not ever want to see any lines, dialogue pre-written or anything like that. I want to see bullet points of like what the important part is. It doesn't matter if I talk right for the NPC or if I say things in a dramatic flair. Like one of the worst things about Dungeons and Dragons these days is DM voice. When the DM starts telling you like a story and expects you to be like impressed by it in the way they deliver the story, like just fucking let me play the game. Like you're a fucking Monopoly. Just fucking let me play the game, you asshole.
Guilty. I'm guilty of it.
Dude, we're all guilty of it.
Yeah.
When the DM tells you something and then leaves a pause for your reaction, and you're like,
Oh man.
fucking continue fucking saying that, like, is it my turn to play yet? I don't understand. What are we doing? So anyway, no monologuing, no writing lines. Know your NPC, like know your character. What do they want? What's preventing them from getting it? Like, do they have a little quirk? Do they hiccup when they talk all the time? Okay, those 3 bullet points are fucking all you need.
The quirk, I maybe like year 1 or 2 I came across this post that was like somebody was asking for advice, like I don't do other voices, how am I supposed to DM the game? And you don't have to do voices at all, as long as you say this is what this character says, or I'm now speaking as whatever, it's fine. But one of the points on the advice board was give your character a quirk or a mannerism or a speech tick that signifies you as that character. And it doesn't even have to be something that you like are physically touching. Like I have a lady who has a magic item that's a big like stereotypical witch's hat, and it has a copy of the consciousness of all the other people who have attuned to it in it. And for the longest time, her quirk was that she would play with like the folds of the brim. And before my players knew that she could talk to other people that were in the hat or like a copy of their consciousness, they just thought she would play with the hat. And like I don't have a big sorcerer's witch's hat in my house, so I would just be like folding air above my head, but like they knew that that was this character talking.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, like, do they hiccup every time they talk? You don't have to hiccup in between your words ever, not even once. You could be like, and they just hiccup all the time. I mean, like, look, it's happened to us. We've been like, hey, there's a little goblin. He's green. He sucks his thumb, and he's not trying to kill you. And they're like, oh, can we keep him? I didn't suck my thumb. I wasn't green. I wasn't. I didn't do any of that stuff because we're playing a game of imagination, and I could tell you that something's happening, and you'll understand that it's fucking happening. Like, you know, I don't think. Anyway. I'm not going to get myself all worked up, but I'm just going to say, I think writing dialogue and pre-written lines is the realm of the players, and it will only help their game, but it will only pin the referee down in a way that won't teach them like the rest, like how to improvise or do all that other stuff. Do you know what I mean? So that is my weird hot take for the day.
No, I like that very much. At the beginning, like, I gave my villains at the very beginning. I literally have in my notebook, like, this is what this character is going to say to them to explain what's happening.
Yeah,
and
I did too. Yeah.
Now all I can think of is, I'm not going to consider this spoilers because it happens in like chapter 2 of the first Dungeon Crawler Carl book. But he insults this goblin, and the goblin starts talking to him. And in the book, it says, but he never got to finish his soliloquy because I took his hat off and beat him with it. And I'm like, that's what we'll... Yep, nope, that makes sense.
Yeah. No one's going to soliloquy. And in fact, like, honestly, you have to choose, like... Obviously, there's action in our games, right? We all have action. So whatever kind of movie we're directing with our games, they're action movies most of the time. What kind of action do you have? Do you have action in which, like, it's perfectly valid to have Jackie Chan action where you rub your nose and make a funny face, and like, or like Marvel action where you like, Jackie Chan action, I left out the part where you're like constantly getting hurt and like it's slapsticky, right?
Using the environment against it.
Yeah. Or you could have Marvel quippy action, right? You can have all types of action. You can think of your favorite movie and emulate how action scenes unfold in that movie. I happen to play a lot of like it swings. It's like someone's trying to talk to you when they encounter you, or like no one's trying to talk to you and the things are just rushing at you, right? Like, but everyone sort of has their own style and you can emulate that. And I think like there's place for all kinds of games, right?
Yeah, you have to find your game.
Yeah, I that's a huge thing, especially for people who are just starting. Like, maybe your first game isn't going to be at the table that's right for you, but I guarantee you there is a table that's right for you.
Yeah, and you'll definitely learn something.
True. It might not be the right table, but you might be like, I don't like games like that.
Yeah. Not everyone has like the friend group like locked and ready to go, like that just already wants to play D&D, right? And you might have to find a group and like put people together, and that I'm not trying to be pessimistic when I say that sometimes like you need to try again before it works. And I think, there's different styles of game. There's different, there's a different amount of people, but there's different styles. And you might like the game of D&D, but as I always say personally, D&D, just saying D&D doesn't fucking tell you anything about the game you're about to play. Or the table that you're about to sit at or anything like that. So,
No, that is a very blanket statement. Like being like, hey, you want to play D&D? What kind?
Yeah, dude. One of my friends just got into Warhammer, and he's like talking to this other friend of his that is also into D&D and stuff, and he's like, they were talking about playing a D&D game. Like, would you want to play? And I was like, honestly, you're like not giving me enough information, dude. Like, no. And I tried to explain it to him because he's like a huge metalhead, and he likes like unreleased black metal bands and like
Interesting.
indie like doom and stoner metal. And I was like, well, imagine if someone was like, I love rock music too. I like what you like. I like rock music. And it's like, dude, you don't know. Like, what I like is rock music, yes, but you might not even have heard of this music, you know? Like, what do you...
It's like, yeah, but bro, I like some really weird shit.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be like, what do you call it? Like, I'm not
A
trying to
hipster.
be like a hipster. Yeah, yeah. But it's not communicating what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. I just had a conversation like a weekend or two ago with the community manager for Enclave, and she was telling me about how they have one of the conduits. That's what they call the people who run their games. One of their conduits, like he messed up his pitch, and even though the rest of the players were okay with the game that was played, the community manager was like, your pitch was wrong, so people went into that thinking it was going to be something else, and that is a huge mistake. And I was like, I understand where both of you are coming from. Like, it seems like everyone had fun. But you're right. If the pitch is wrong, like if the pitch doesn't give people an example of what they're going to be playing, that will probably create problems for some people. Like it did for you. But the rest of the players were like, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, to like think of like the easiest comparison is like a con game, right?
Mm.
If you were told like, hey, we're playing Grimdark Wild West, and you got there and it was like a malicious, just kidding, it's this, and it's totally different, that would be
Yeah.
fucked up. If it was like the person is sick and it's a new person and this person's just going to run what they can run for us, then that's one thing. But if there's also like, I intended to hit what I said it was going to be and it just didn't become that, I failed artistically in my endeavor, then to have your community manager be like, this is fucking wrong. Like, I don't know that's what happened either. I am just saying, like, of the 3 versions out of the infinite versions that could have happened, if it was that would suck. Because it's like, you tried your best.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You know, I don't know. I think one-shots are the hardest thing we do. So
Just
like COD games and
getting a one shot to actually finish in one shot. Oh.
I don't promise one-shots to people anymore. I think I honestly did to you guys, and I was like, that was terrible.
No, I realized the mistake of saying
We do 3 shots here at DM Roundtable.
Yeah, we be taking shots. Shots.
Yeah.
Everybody. Just...
The secret to a one-shot. I will tell you the secret. Do I do it? No. Will you do it? No. But I'll tell you the secret. And the secret is, if it's going to be a 4-hour-long one-shot, 2 hours into it, like, first of all, you got to look at the clock every time you GM. I think that is a skill that every referee, GM, DM, whatever, you need to figure out how to do. You need to look at a clock, and you need to know, I'm halfway through my session. That means I'm fucking wrapping things up. There's a similarly, if you're in a relationship and you broke up in that relationship, you were breaking up for half of that relationship. It's the same thing. You have to be winding down the session for the back half of the session, and that's what
the facts that are being spit right now. I hate it.
Wild.
That's what makes a one-shot session so hard, because you have to think about ending the session halfway into it. You are off track. Your pace is not good. I can guarantee it. You're not running a one-shot right now, but if you were, it'd be off, because you'd be way off pace to start ending it halfway through. Anyway, what you got to do, this is the secret. You need to come up with a strong start and a strong end. You need to come up with the prologue and the epilogue. Not really, but like chapter 1 and chapter 7, right?
Sure.
And that's the end. And you need to come up with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And maybe 2 is like something that has to happen, but none of the rest have to happen for 7 to make sense. 1 and 2
Oh God.
and maybe 3, they can all link together, but the rest, they're extras. All right? You have to be willing to let them all go. If you are only on scene 3 halfway through, you know that you're only getting scene 4 and scene 7. If you have an epilogue for like what's going on, then you might not even have time for scene 4, because if scene 7 is the boss, it's a big thing, then that's 1 whole hour. If you know, like you can maybe do each of those other scenes in a half an hour, but the main scene is going to take longer. You want to finish it too. So you write 7 scenes, you write 7 encounters, whatever your game uses, and only 1, 2, and 7 are mandatory to make sense. The rest are throwawayable. Straight up, don't mention them. They do not come up. If you have an extra half an hour and they're close to the sewers, use the sewer one. If they, you know what I mean, throw that in there. If not, fuck it. Get them to the end, because ending it early is better than fucking up and not ending it.
Honestly, I think
Yeah, I feel like
agree.
I feel like the scramble ending too hurts a lot. Like I think there's been a number of times where like I've been like, shit, this has gone too long.
I'm sure you guys have gotten the magic advice that would save you from something challenging in your life, and you still do that challenging thing, and don't take the advice. This will be more advice you don't take. I swear to you, this is the hardest advice to take. It's innocuous, but I've told you how to run a good one shot, and I still don't even do it.
It's okay, because the true secret to a good one shot is knowing you're not running it right.
Dude, it's basically
It's like you're never gonna run the one shot as a one shot.
Dude,
I don't think I'm capable of writing a one shot.
It's a different skill set.
Yeah.
I run a very leisurely sandbox player driven campaign. I polish a different skill set. Could I do it if I follow this advice? I'm sure I could. Do I want to? No.
I also feel like it is a totally different skill set, and like most of us don't practice that.
No, I mean,
No.
if suddenly someone was twisting my arm and they're like, I signed you up for 1 million con games this fall, then I would start practicing that shit immediately. You know, because you can get good at it, and you really, it's just like I said, it's like 6 encounters, and you vary them and understand that only 1 and 6 are mandatory, right? That's it. That's you can do it. And halfway through, you got to think about ending it. Halfway through, you're already late. That's important too.
That's like running a con game specifically. I don't. Holy, sorry, I just got distracted because there. So you guys saw from the cameras before, I have a bay window. There is a frog stuck to the top of the outside of my bay window. Dude, you got hops. Bro, how did you get what? I don't that dude, congrats. But the idea of running a game for people who probably don't know how to play and having a whole adventure seems terrifying to me, because like when I go and not knowing if those people have never played before, that's like my fear in running a game, because I don't.
You gotta like short story that adventure like hard.
Mm.
Like, do you know the secret level D&D thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's like a one shot there. That's like 2 encounters
Mm.
and a whole lot of like inferred shit that is in the process of already going on, and we're not going to get a resolution, but we're going to get like a charging into something. That would be cool too. Like that's a cool end. You know, I always say that like everyone has to die at the end of a one shot. Like that's a good one shot. That could be a good ending of a one shot, but also like going into an uncertain future, like stepping through a portal, like that's a great ending of a one shot too, because then
Oh.
people would want to like let's fucking play this again. I want to go
Yeah.
to the fucking cat moon or whatever you send them to. And you know, that's what you should do, like have like some kind of, you know, send off at the
Yeah.
end or a transition. That's the good shit.
So would you say that a good one shot or a good, let's just say, complete adventure? You know, let's just call it one shot
It
or
can be a short story, because it's like
short. Yeah.
you're not delving a whole dungeon, but if
Mm.
you're like, you guys enter the room, you've been in the dungeon for XYZ like days, you're still in this giant mega dungeon. This is just one room out of many, like here we go.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like, or some sort of in media res sort of situation, you could do anything, right? Like I had you guys waking up from boom caskets on a spaceship, you know, get something, you know, chapter 1, chapter 6, that's all you need.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. Also, it seems like a really good one shot leaves the opportunity. Do you want to play more? Not necessarily of that exact game, but something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a business card, right? It's like
Yep.
a little like teaser. It's
yes. It's a great way to put it.
This is, I can do this for you.
I like not knowing and having mixed party, like that terrifies me, but my like if I know you don't know how to play, I have a totally different thing for you to experience. I it has no there's only one thing that happens, and it's whatever you want to do.
I would love to play with a group of people who've never played, but like really do it the way where it's like it's you. I'm not gonna
The
have
Deborah
you
Ann Wool way.
yeah, like yeah, whatever. But I would do it like in a sense of like, what do you guys think is cool? Are you guys travelers? Do you want your plane to go down, but suddenly you're in the land of the lost? Like that's what we're fucking doing. Like that's how I would do it.
Tailor it to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it honestly, like, I think that's the quickest way to get people to like imagine themselves in the space. I think that role playing as yourself in these situations has to be easier than role playing as not yourself in these situations.
Yeah.
And in order to get you to focus on the important part of role playing, which isn't your backstory or who you think you are, it's the fucking game we're playing. Maybe this will help. So, you know, and I'm not a backstory hater. I just think, again, like my other hot take, that's the realm for players. Like if you are a royal and you're afraid of a spy network that you think is following you, don't ask me where the spy network is every time. Just tell everyone, oh, I have to hide. That might be the spy network. Like make it a part of the things you say, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on, the fuck. Anyway, so I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I think it's ice cream time for me. I think I have to go.
I was just explaining ice cream time to somebody else. I was like,
I'm waning.
Clubs did a thing, man. He eats ice cream after D&D or whatever he's running, and like now it's ingrained in all of us. Like once it's done, we have to eat ice cream.
You know, the amount of ice cream that I've started to consume after D&D is getting probably problematic, but like also I find myself eating ice cream and then like the next day hating life. sometimes. So I'm like, why did I do it? And I was like, because it was ice cream time. I'm like, right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I did it for the cause.
That's just the way it is. It's ice cream time.
Well, I guess I'm gonna head out.
Thank you for dropping bangers.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop one more banger. Read Lonesome Dove. Okay, see ya, everyone.
Ooh.
Yo, Lonesome Dove is ridiculous.
I just heard the Will Pack's also talking about that. Okay, before you go, Shin, can you entertain the audience for about 3 minutes so I can go grab the poll options? I'll be right back.
Entertain them. Well, absolutely.
Good luck.
Wow, I didn't know I was gonna be put on absolute stand-up. No. Well, one thing, folks, that you're gonna have to notice is, and if you haven't enjoyed everything that's been going on tonight, I do hope that you guys will go ahead and. Normally, this would be DM Lacar doing this, but hit every single button available. All right, there's a lot of buttons down here, but liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, linking yourself to the Twitch. Here, you're getting a subscription, liking the Patreon that exists. There's a free tier. You can join that. That's exactly where you may find some of the things that we post. But if you can't afford to, hey, help out Okami because he does do great work. And we want to make sure that he avoids finding himself in the demiplane of sludge. Not only that, you can find the red bubble. And the red bubble is awesome because there you can find a lot of the cool designs that have been put out. And if you really want to know how good they are, you can always ask Awaz, our resident, pretty much everything. Also, one more thing. A couple of the DMs here, like myself, are always working on different things, but one in particular is DM Makara. You can find her on her Start Playing Games. The link got dropped here by Awaz here in the chat. Awaz is always giving us the best support you can ask for, quite literal, actual assistance. That being said, Okami has left me to literally die, and I think I am slowly running out of steam because I did not expect him to still be gone. So let's answer some questions. Guys, what are you looking forward to next week? Because who knows what's coming up next week? I actually don't know. Oh, Finn. Also, I can tell it's late because my cat has appeared. He only appears when he's just like, Papa, it is sleep time. What do you want, buddy? What are you doing? Get out of my lap. Come on, buddy.
Thank you, DM Shin.
No problem. I did my best.
You did amazing. Oh,
It's
and
okay. I did all the spiels that normally we play Lakara's voice for.
that's true. I don't have Lakara's voice on this computer, which is a bummer. I never set that up over here. I gotta do that at some point. But you did it for me, so it don't matter.
Yeah. Normally, though, folks, you will hear DM Lakara's voice giving you all these cool prompts. She does a better job. It's just the truth.
It's the truth. I'm gonna throw up all the links on YouTube, which I didn't. That Awaz always shares for us over on Twitch. I will also say, I have because I'm down here and the jukebox is already set up for me playing D&D. I have it going as like a test machine to make sure everything's running. I have the YouTube ads set to like less than normal, and there's an ad like every 7 minutes. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who sticks it out on YouTube, especially if you don't have ad block, because this is absurd.
That's nuts. It's actually nuts.
And like,
is that legal?
I don't know. This is just ugh. So thank you for sticking it out on YouTube, everyone. Especially if you're sitting through all those ads. This is bleh. I will also say, speaking of that, if I know no one in this group knows how to play, you can go right on Patreon and sign up for that. I'd like to learn how to play session, because we have those. We have so many of those.
We do.
All the links are in. I'll make the poll on Twitch. Can I do that on mobile? Let's find out.
Oh.
I have no idea.
To be 100% fair, I'm always impressed by the number of things you can do on mobile nowadays.
Oh, do I have to be a mod to make a poll? I have no clue. Let's find out. Nope. Oh, can I just hit the plus? Hold on, y'all. I have a better idea. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this. Yeah, keep that window up and just do it in this one. Oop, I made it small because I'm dumb. 1 sec, I'll fix. Oh, I guess I'm in caps. I'm screaming like Princess Donut. Oh, I'm going to work that poll. I'm going to work that poll for everybody.
Oh, my. Normally you have to pay extra for this kind of action.
It's true. We are, I think, almost at the end of February, or we might already be at the end of February with this particular topic. But now that I have the options,
that really threw me for a loop when you said it. I was like, wait, what do you mean we're at the end of February? And then
oh my God, not February. You're 100% correct. October. Sorry, y'all. We're at the end of October. February is really far away. We're not that far ahead.
That really took me for a loop there. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh my God.
You were like, February, and I was like, why does he keep saying February?
Yikes. It's been a long day.
It's late.
It was late. It was late. Our options for this new poll are articles, creatures, homework, maps, and oddly enough, show and tell is back on there because by the time this next topic comes up, it'll be way more than 3 episodes, three weeks from now. But I did hear that DM Lakara has something that she really wants to show and tell. So I was like, I will put it back on the poll.
Maybe by then, let's see, 3 weeks? That'll give us some time.
Yeah. We got plenty of time. Okay, now that we have the correct month, because I'm a dum-dum, I think either the second to last or the last week in October. Now that I'm pretty sure. Okay, here's the real test. It's been over 2.5 hours. Let me switch the camera back and see if it's dead. The only camera that generally dies is the OBS bot camera, which usually I use for the microphone. The microphone will stay on, but the camera itself usually dies about 2.5 hours in. So it's there, but can I move it is the question. It is still alive. Okay. Maybe it's the fact that it's doing both microphone. Maybe I'll just wear a headset when I run the stream. Because it's still up and running fine without any issues. Okay. Cool. The setup is tested. It works. I don't even necessarily have to leave the fancy new camera. I don't necessarily even have to leave this where it is. I can make it higher, which I will probably need to make it higher because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. DM Shin and the rest of the party. The map's going to be 3D. So it's going to have to go up pretty high anyway. I have another tripod. I have a bunch of other connectors. I think we'll be good. Oh, and then we got this one too. Technically, I can also run. I mean, when it's for me, it'll be me here. Hi. I can also run OBS's. What do they call it? They call it uh, the virtual camera. So usually if I need to show my players the table, but I'm also talking to them about stuff, I put both cameras on the screen at once, since Discord won't let you do that. And then I run the virtual camera through Discord, and then everyone can see it. And I'll probably do the same thing for you guys that I do for my players, where we run another phone or another tablet as a camera. So there'll probably be 5 cameras anyway. Just depends on how I show them to the audience. So technically I could get 6 cameras if I'm running it off Discord. Which seems like a lot of cameras, especially to flip through. But yeah, it will be a 3D map, so the cameras will have to be pretty high for you to see over the walls.
Yeah. Listen, we'll find a way.
Excited.
Oh shoot, dang. Hey. I think I have to make my way off to sleep.
Don't forget your ice
Think about
cream
that
first.
Oh, I won't. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about that. That is a guarantee.
Oh God, you just reminded me. Oh, thank God. When they were here for D&D, they love to stick things in the freezer and then forget about them. And I was like, am I about to open my freezer and find like a million exploded cans? But
Oh,
no,
God.
we're good for now.
They were tame. Well, gang, until next week. Oh wait, no, it's Labor Day. Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Are we streaming next Monday?
That's a good question. I don't think we compensated for.
For the holiday.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think we compensated for the holiday.
Are we missing a week? And we'll be back the week after?
We will let you guys
Find out.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. Find out next week, guys. We determine whether or not we're actually going to be around.
Forgot it was a holiday again.
Yeah, we do that.
Holidays, schmolidays. If they're not celebrated in the Forgotten Realms, we don't know about them.
Actually, even if they're celebrating the Forgotten Realms, I think we don't necessarily always remember them.
That's also true. That's also very, very true. Days off, we will definitely not be streaming on the 5th or the 12th of October. That was a good question, Awaz. That was a very good question. Oh yeah, we're in November. We are done with October. I didn't write it in the board here yet, but I'm just going to put it in here now because I know that it's... I'm filling that little document in. That document you have access to if you're a Twitch sub, or if you're a member of the Packer above as well. You guys can see the schedule. So yeah, this one, you're currently deciding the topic for the 2nd of November stream.
God, so far ahead.
We are finally ahead of things. Have I actually worked out what we're gonna do for most of those? No, but we're doing pretty good.
Look. Baby steps.
Yep.
Okay, we just hit a certain finish line. Let's not push it.
I would also like to say a big thank you to not only Fist, I think I mentioned this last week, but Fist just became a cub on YouTube. You didn't have to do that, man.
Oh my God.
And also big shout out to the folks who are watching but never type in chat. If you're
we know you're
watching,
there.
we know you're lurking, but also like one of my friends was watching, is probably still watching, and has been texting me instead of typing in chat. You could talk in chat. You will make friends very quickly.
Uh-huh. We're also a friendly bunch of people.
Yeah.
You can always message us on the side
That's true.
or in the Discord. We're around.
If anyone wants to come join the Discord, you are more than welcome. We chat there all week long.
But until then, Okami, I will see you and everyone next week. This is the 4th time I will sign off.
Bye, man.
I
Thank
second this.
you.
You're welcome. Good night, guys.
Enjoy your ice cream.
Bye.
As he left, another ad started on YouTube. That is wild. That's a lie. Everyone wants to talk to you, Awas. Everyone, everywhere, all at once. If you have not been here for another episode of DM Roundtable, do be aware that, like, even though the poll answers are, there's a poll going on Twitch right now. The topic options are in the chat for YouTube. You don't have to give us your vote right now. You have 24 hours from when the stream ends. On average, a lot of time I eat my ice cream and then I forget that I have to make the poll in the DM Roundtable chat. So sometimes it's a little longer than that, but it's supposed to be 24 hours after. You can put in your answers on the Discord. You can send a DM with your answers. Lots of options. It doesn't have to be right this second during the stream. It's just how we end the week. I see we do have one community vote for creatures. Fist, what are you voting for? Options are articles, creatures, homework, maps, show and tell. Ooh, I gotta figure out what we're doing. Well, I'll keep you all posted on the Discord about whether we're taking off next Monday or not, because again, forgot it was a holiday. Ooh, but Fist, if you are here, I would like to show you what I got for D&D Versary 6. This is from Valley of Egeria. She got me a Jamiroquai. Look at him. Or them. Look at them. Look at them. Genderless. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Honestly, the perfect size, because in the campaign, Jammy likes to hang out on the head of a nice ogre that lives in the castle. So it doesn't work as well because of my headset, but her butt actually sits pretty well on my head normally. And I figure immediately upon opening the package, I keep looking over here because this is where YouTube chat is, but immediately I was like, oh, Fist is going to kill it. And then Grimjack goes, oh, he tells me every day how he wants to murder Jamiroquai. And I'm like, yep, that tracks. But with the poll done, it's time for me to sign off for the week. In Cracker Barrel? Honestly, when I was younger, I used to go to Cracker Barrel a lot with my family, and they had some fun toys. Maybe I should check out their... Wait, what? Oh, the video on YouTube is so far behind because of all the stupid ads it's playing. Again, thank you all for sitting through that. There's so many ads that it's wild. But another community vote for creatures. I think creatures is probably gonna win. You're gonna cook Jammy? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. But yeah, hopefully next week we will be here. If not, I will let you all know in the Discord. There will probably be a message on Twitter or something like that too to tell you that we are not going to be streaming next week. But also, maybe I should check out Whaaarrgarrrbl for some toys. In any case, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget that tomorrow is the first of a new month, so there will be 2 new polls on Discord, Patreon, whatever. All those links will get sent out. There'll be a new poll for the thank you stream for the month. We're going to swap out. Last month we did Okami Plays as the thank you stream, which again, sorry for my internet being garbage, but we're going to do, that'll get swapped off the list for Plays Marvel Rivals. That'll go back onto the list for thank you streams, and then we have the Okami Plays add to the list game. I do know, because I already mentioned it before, since we already did last month's Okami Plays game as the thank you stream, that this month's game is Warframe, and a lot of you have Warframe. So if you want to play Warframe with me and the crew, please do let me know, and we will play that. I feel like that one's definitely going to get streamed. Not streamed, definitely recorded. That one will definitely get done because there's so many of us that play Warframe. In any case, I will see all of you. The pot awaits. Wow, wow, wow. Did you hear that, Jamiroquai? Again, if any of you are wondering, not again. Oh, you've probably asked. I'm sure you're wondering why this thing is called Jamiroquai, our little mushroom, and that is because when the awakened shroom popped out of the pot of awakening, Grimjack said, "Yo, I need a gender-neutral name. I know the most gender-neutral name there is. We're going to name this mushroom Jamiroquai." And thus, the mushroom was named Jamiroquai. I don't make the rules. He made them for us. But yes, thank you all for watching, and we will see you all next week. Come on over to the Discord. Hang out with us. It'll be fun. Bye, Twitch. Bye, AWAS. Oddly enough, you guys both voted for the same thing, so pretty good chance the Creatures is going to win. But until next time, bye. Say bye. Bye, Twitch. Bloop. And also, bye, YouTube. Bye. Bye. How do I end this? Right. It is a YouTube stream, so I have to find the live streaming one. I have to hit end here. Yes, end that. Stop sending the signal.